Good Tuesday evening to you from the Ledge here at Hutter Gymnasium on the campus of St. Mary's Springs Academy. Pre-game show brought to you by Integrity Saw and Tool. Pre-game show. Jordan King with you here this evening from the Radio Plus broadcast booth here at Hutter Gymnasium, and we have a rivalry flyweight conference contest to bring you tonight. The Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings come in here and take on the St. Mary's Springs Academy Ledgers. WLA so far on the season 5-3, and Springs 2-6. Both of Springs wins coming in the conference, and for WLA, I mentioned 5-3 in the conference. They have wins against Campbell Sport North Fond du Lac and a loss against Lemira, and Lemira now ranked tops in the state in the Division 5 ranking, or check that Division 4 rankings, and so the Lions look very good here through the early portion of conference play. Both of these teams have lost to the Lions. For WLA, they're on a 2-game winning streak. They beat Two Rivers in a holiday tournament, and then beat New Holstein 91-67 their last time out. The Ledgers, meanwhile, on a 4-game skid currently. Their last win was right here on Radio Plus against North Fond du Lac on the road at North Fond du Lac a couple of weeks ago. And since then, as I mentioned, 4 games straight that they have lost. They played a couple of tough opponents over the holiday. They played number 2 Roncalli and then lost at Lourdes as well. So Springs trying to get things turned around, and what better way to do it for them than a rivalry contest against the Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings coming up here tonight. This is the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Let's take a timeout. Come back with more right after this on Radio Plus.
Thank you for your continued support over the past 50 years. At Verhaeg's Furniture, we're honored to be voted by you to be one of the best mattress stores in the Fond du Lac area for 2024.
Our mission is to bring the finest in style, comfort, and quality to the Waupun area.
We've teamed up with amazing brands like Ashley, Lazy Boy, Bestcraft, Marshfield, Best Home Furnishings, Mega Motion to offer you the best selection around.
Free delivery to Waupun and the surrounding area. See store for details.
Make your home a place you truly love with Verhaeg's Furniture Market.
Keller, building trust since 1960.
Okay, let's start with some clouds, some mountains over there, and finally a river. Hey, Dad, look.
Looks like the perfect spot.
American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with the Travel Peace of Mind package.
American Family Insurance.
Visit Brad Tagle Petra today in Fond du Lac or Ripon.
Here at the Wellness Way Fond du Lac, we disrupt the standard approach to healthcare. We understand that common is not normal, and unlike the restrictive healthcare mentality, we dig deeper to find answers to life-restricting health challenges. While focusing on overcoming interference in the body, we go beyond symptom-based care and address your unique physiology, allowing your mind and body to find its way to better health. You don't need to merely get through every day, but rather take control of your life and, more importantly, your health. The Wellness Way Fond du Lac. Do health differently.
We return here in the pregame show to Hutter Gymnasium at St. Mary's Springs for getting you set for the Vikings and the Ledgers coming up in just a couple of minutes. JV game going on right now. Got a tight one. 44-41. WLA's in front right now with just a couple of minutes left in the JV game. And then we'll have the varsity action for you coming up right after that. And, normally we wait till later on in the pregame show to give you our Bauer Chiropractic injury report. But we're going to start off with that tonight because that is a kind of the focal point here as we get you set for this big contest. Scott Payne, see Shane, Dr. Shane Bauer, and the good folks over at Bauer Chiropractic. And for WLA, it's a big one. Their leading scorer Gannon Schwartz, do it all, everything for them. The point guard averaging just shy of 20 points per game this season. Last year was the reigning Flyweight Player of the Year. He was the Player of the Year in football. He's one of the best track athletes in the state. I mean, the list goes on and on about the accolades you can talk about with Gannon Schwartz. He's not going to play tonight, that according to Coach Mason DeNoyer. Talking to him a couple of minutes ago, and you'll hear that conversation coming up. But he's not expected to go. He's dealing with a lower leg injury, and they hope to have him back in the next couple of weeks. But in the meantime, they're going to have some. Those are massive shoes to fill, and you figure Isaac Lamont is going to be one of those players that you got to look for to fill those shoes, and he did in a big way in their win against New Holstein. He had 37 points, shot more than 70% from the field. He shot 60% from three, made 6 of them. And Isaac Lamont, if he can shoot that way and kind of continue that offensive output, it obviously gives WLA a big chance tonight. Hudson Henry will start off of his usual bench spot, usually kind of the 6th man for the Vikings, and he'll get the start here tonight. We'll tell you more about those starters later on. Over on the Springs side, they're not quite healthy either. Brody Stefani, a normal starter for them, he won't be able to go tonight. He's dealing with a wrist injury, and again, they hope to get him back in the near future for the Ledgers. So he will be replaced in the starting lineup by Matt Miller, who we've seen plenty of so far this season. And then Xander Lenz also working his way back. Coach Krieger saying he's making the strides and hoping to get back from an ankle that he suffered in the football season to close out that football season. So he's inching his way back to a return for the Ledgers, looking towards the second half of the season. So that's your Bauer Chiropractic injury report. Mentioned the Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview, talking with Coach DeNoyer and Coach Krieger. We'll have those 2 editions of the Coach's Smile interview when we return on our Fondy Family Dental, on our Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show on Radio Plus. Stay with us.
For nearly 50 years, Pino Buildings has created the highest quality post-frame buildings. Headquartered in Rosendale, Wisconsin, we proudly serve the Badger State and Illinois. We deliver unparalleled craftsmanship and quality with all the warmth and care you'd expect from a small-town family business. Whether you're planning a large commercial or agricultural project, a barn-dominium, or a smaller personal shop or structure, Pino Buildings are built for you and designed to last. Connect with us to get started.
It's more than just a job. It truly is a family. They value you, great pay, great benefits. They definitely care about setting people up for success in their retirement years. I don't see a reason to want to leave.
Camera Casino, do you copy?
Yep, loud and clear.
I'm reporting a successful mission from our new location. This new technology is out of this world. Canon, Nikon, Sony, the best images yet. Look at all these new tripods and bags, the best selection south of the sun.
Great. When can we expect the shipment?
In about a week, as long as I don't get stranded.
For stellar products and service, visit Camera Casino at our downtown Oshkosh location.
At Musa Sheet Metal, they spend generations building a better everyday life. They don't just build panels, they build a legacy. They're growing, innovating, and pushing the limits again with their brand new 24-gauge stocked steel line. Musa colors created by the Musa team, 25 bold choices ready to go. Delivering the best solutions in architectural sheet metal. Say hi to the Musa apprentices. They're your neighbors, your classmates, and the future of the industry. Musa Sheet Metal, revolutionizing steel, building the future.
Hi, I'm Aaron Sadoff. Blessed be the president of Marion University right here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. If you are beginning your college adventure or looking to transfer, Marion University could be the perfect fit for you. Our beautiful campus, our amazing faculty and staff, our Division III athletics, and our amazing mission are waiting for you. Come visit Marion University. Not only will you get a great education, but we will help you become the best for the world. Good luck and go Sabres.
Back here in the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show, Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview here with Coach DeNoyer from Winnebago Lutheran. And Coach, guess we'll start with the elephant in the room. Not at full strength tonight. I just, next man up mentality, I'm sure, but hard to replace what Gannon's meant to this team so far this year, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I've said it before, but I mean, it's hard to replace a guy who's like Gannon, who does so much for our team and is the focal point of every team's defense. But like you said, it's the next man up mentality. We got Hudson Henry, who's went into the starting lineup, and he's no stranger to it. He had to fill in for Gannon when he was sick last year and did a great job, and he's been doing a great job so far. I think it's nice it was nice because this summer Gannon was dealing with a hamstring injury, so these guys played a lot without him, and they know their roles without him. But don't get me wrong, it stinks not having him out there. So we're hopefully getting him back to sometime in the next week or two, and we're looking forward to that.
But maybe good, to get some live bullets for some of these younger guys and guys that maybe don't have that same experience. And it's always a battle when you come up here at the ledge.
Yeah, there's no doubt, like throwing them into the fire like a rivalry game right away. So we'll see what they're made of. We talked a lot in the yesterday and after the game on Friday about being mentally tough, and that's what it's really going to take with these guys in a rivalry game like this, especially with Springs being the up-in-your-face kind of defense that they play. But I think the kids will be ready.
This is always a team that you kind of know what you're going to get from Springs, right? They don't differ much based on personnel, but obviously it starts with Ben Baker a lot for them. What have you seen from them so far on film that makes them a tough matchup?
Every single one of their kids can put it on the floor, and that creates a lot of mismatches and hard closeouts, especially when they're able to shoot too. But from what I've seen, it's Ben Baker's really the catalyst. They go as he goes. And we're going to have our hands full trying to stop him. And then once we try to get him stopped, he's such a great distributor that it just causes a lot of chaos. So hopefully the guys are ready to go. We talked about how in defense it's going to take two things, energy and communication. And if those two things happen, we'll see where we're at the end.
It's always kind of hard to boil it down to one or two things, but maybe what are those top two things as you look at a rivalry game tonight, a game to stay in the conference race and just kind of keep yourselves afloat? You mentioned a regional game here too as well. What are those keys here tonight?
Just being mentally strong. I think that when we've lost games, it's because, hey, we weren't there mentally. We're not doing the little things that it takes to win games. If you look at the first game we played against Sheboygan Lutheran, we made so many winning plays, taking charges, diving on loose ball, and our losses, those things didn't show up. So making winning plays and staying mentally strong are probably the top two things that will keep us going upward and trending in the right direction.
Appreciate a few minutes, Coach. Good luck. Go get them.
Thank you.
There you go. That was Coach Mason DeNoyer from Winnebago Lutheran talking about his 5-3 Vikings team that will be without Gannon Schwartz here tonight. They lost Schwartz in the first half of a game at the Oostburg Holiday Tournament. They lost by 40 to Port Washington. And after that, they bounced back well. They beat Two Rivers 61-35, and then mentioned last Friday they beat New Holstein 91-67. So without their leading scorer, still able to find a way to score 91 points. And I mentioned 37 from Ike Lamont. Hudson Henry had 18. Sam Ferguson with 14 as well. So a lot of players stepping up in the absence of Gannon Schwartz. You would imagine they're going to need that coming up here tonight as well. That's the first half of the Fondy Family Dental Coaches Smile interview. Fondy Family Dental, Dr. Chad and his team will make you smile before, after, and yes, even during your appointment. We'll have the second installment of this Fondy Family Dental Coaches Smile interview with Coach Krieger when we return here on Radio Plus.
One of my favorite things about working at Hoppers is meeting all the new people, seeing all the new faces come in. We come out with a new product or a new way to do something and they come in. I find a lot of joy in just seeing them smile.
I think that all of our customers come in with a vision and they have an idea in their head of what they want their apparel to look like. Our goal is to exceed the customer's expectations by providing them with high quality apparel and help bring their ideas to life.
A personal experience with a custom feel. Each home Smith Builders builds is unique. The design and selections perfectly crafted for you. To learn more, visit smithbuildersinc.com or stop by 227 Morris Court. Smith Builders of Fond du Lac. Traditional values, exceptional services. A proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Fond du Lac Equipment Rental and Repair is ready for your next project, so be sure to talk to Dave and his experienced staff. You know, from air compressors to chainsaws, excavators, lifts, tools, saws, and so much more. Now, do you have your snowblower tuned up and ready for the upcoming winter season? Fond du Lac Equipment Rental and Repair can do it. Check out their expanded rental lineup, too. Mention the words Radio Rental to get a 10% discount on your next rental. You can find them on Ford Drive on the west side of Fond du Lac.
Fond du Lac Equipment Rental and Repair is a proud Echo and Cub Cadet dealer.
Every customer can be a Signature Home customer. I think that's what Signature Homes does really well, is that we can touch not only the customer who's building for the first time, but also the customers that know what they want and want to pull pieces of other property that they've lived in and loved. And you can really trust that we know what we're doing and that we have 30 years of experience in the market doing it with quality craftsmanship and a lot of style and design. And at the end, we get a chance to walk them through and see their smiling faces, and we know that we've achieved our goal.
Back here in the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show, Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview. This time with Coach Krieger from St. Mary Springs. And Coach, back into conference play here. I know going into the holiday break, you guys saw Lemira and opportunity here to maybe bounce back against a rivalry team. I know they're all tough in this league, but WLA, a team that has a lot of talent, with or without Gannon Schwartz out there, but obviously that changes some things for them, doesn't it?
Totally. I mean, I think Gannon, and I said this in an interview earlier today, that I think he's probably the best athlete in the conference. When you look at him as a quarterback, football, basketball player, leading scorer in the conference last year, one of the leading sprinters, he's a dynamic player. Doesn't matter what sport, but he's been a little bit banged up. I had heard a few days ago that he wants to play tonight, but we'll see. They're still very good without him. I really like the four guards that Coach DeNoyer's rolling with, and then of course he's got his two post players that are solid. Not to slight them at all, but high school basketball is a lot of guard play, and they got guys that can shoot it, they can penetrate, they can find their open teammates, and we got our work cut out for us.
Is it similar to kind of looking at your team as well? I mean, with the ability to put the ball on the floor and get to the hoop a little bit.
Tonight's game, as we're watching film last night, tonight's game is going to kind of be like a inter squad scrimmage. I mean, we're both man-to-man defensive teams. I think we do it a little bit differently, but we're both like a dribble drive style offense. 4 out, 1 in. We like threes, but we love layups, and very similar philosophies, and so neither team has the advantage, or we both have the advantage, right? Because we see this very similar styles every day in practice.
What is it about these rivalry games that it always seems like it ends up being a couple of possessions regardless of where you guys are in the standings?
Going way back, the first time we played as conference opponents, I think WLA won in this gym. Greg Hoffman was the coach, and the score was like 31-29 or something real ugly. But there have been games when it's been in the 80s. We've seen 100 scored occasionally, but the old cliche, throw out the records. There's some truth to that. Overtime games. I think it's a very friendly rivalry. I think there's a lot of mutual respect between Winnebago Lutheran and Springs, between our coaching staff, their coaching staff, and I think between our players as well. And I don't see it as being one of those hatred-filled rivalries. I see it when guys are lined up on the free throw line next to each other and they're joking around during a game, during a stop in the action. But they do want to beat you, but they like having fun doing it.
Last one for you, Coach. I know it's always tough to kind of boil it down to maybe one or two things, but in a rivalry game, a game that kind of you want to keep yourself in the conversation in the conference. I know it's a regional matchup as well. What are maybe one or two of those keys coming up here tonight?
our defensive integrity, with not a whole lot of varsity experience, our defense has been really up and down. I don't totally understand it, why it's that way. Otherwise, we'd have it corrected already, but we're getting better. And we got to shoot the ball well. And if we could hit 14 threes like our girls did at New Holstein last night, we would take it. But we're going to have to shoot the ball well, and we're going to have to we got to keep them out of the lane. That's going to be the most important thing. And hopefully we can contest those threes, and they don't make a whole lot of them.
Appreciate it. A few minutes, Coach. Good luck. Go get them.
All right. Thanks.
There you go. That is Coach Kyle Krieger. Appreciate a few minutes from both sets of coaches before tonight's contest. And for the Ledgers, Ben Baker, 18.1 points per game. Kind of a shame. And these two teams will meet again at WLA, second time through the conference schedule. But kind of a shame that we won't get to see the matchup between two of the best guards that this conference has to offer in Ben Baker and Gannon Schwartz here tonight. And we'll see how WLA's youth and somewhat inexperienced backcourt deals with one of the conference's best in Ben Baker, Joey Kuhn, Jack Judkins, and the like for the Ledgers coming up here tonight. Well, you can see out there on the court, WLA's JVs clinched a win just a couple of moments ago, and the varsity teams are out there getting you warmed up for the Vikings and the Ledgers. And we'll continue getting you set for the contest on the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. When we return, we'll have our keys to the game, starting lineups, and then get the tip here on Radio Plus. Stay with us.
People have a reluctance to go see the dentist. It's an easy thing to put off or avoid altogether. But one visit to the caring professionals at Fondy Family Dental will change the way you think about the dentist. They provide quality family dental services to all ages in a happy, honest, and efficient manner that teaches and involves you on your custom plan. If you don't have insurance, ask about their new membership plan that can save you money. Call or schedule online today at fondyfamilydental.com.
Love your home from the inside and out with new windows from Infinity from Marvin. Ultrex fiberglass is 8 times stronger than vinyl and virtually maintenance-free. Find out why more people are choosing fiberglass.
At Silica, we've built a reputation for selling the best appliances and servicing everything we sell. Standing by our customers is what makes us grow, and with 3 locations, our service area covers a huge part of the state. That's why when you see our thousands of online reviews, these are the words you most commonly see. Great service after the sale. That keeps us moving ahead for over 100 years. You won't get that with the big box stores. See for yourself why your neighbors say it's Silica for your home.
Marco, the name our area trusts for all things related to your tax return. For over 60 years, our community has trusted the Marco Tax Service at 43 East 3rd Street, Fond du Lac.
This is Craig Larson, sales manager with locally owned Dufresne Moving and Storage. Moving is very important to me, and I take pride in making sure our clients are happy with their overall experience at a reasonable cost and done in a high quality manner. We have a crew that is dedicated on taking care of your stuff. Call me today for an estimate at 1-800-425-MOVE or visit us at DufresneMoving.com. Dufresne Moving and Storage of Fond du Lac, making your move and storage of goods simple.
Back here on the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show, Jordan King with you. Got Carrie punching the buttons, Amos on the camera tonight. Appreciate their help along the way. We got the Vikings and the Ledgers here for you. Pino Construction presents our keys to the game. They're built by Pino Construction. Turn vision into reality with Pino. Well, keys to the game I think are pretty simple for WLA. It's just how does this, are the lights too bright for some of these players? And obviously history says no when you look back to Friday night and Ike Lamont stepped right into the leading scorer role. Can he replicate that tonight? Can Hudson Henry run the show? He had 7 assists last time out. Sam Ferguson's going to be in the starting lineup as well as Caleb Wild. There is a size advantage for WLA if you're just looking at height, and so that'll be kind of interesting to see how that might play out coming up here tonight. For the Ledgers, you heard Coach Krieger talk a little bit about it, but just being able to play their basketball, stop the dribble drive, get out on shooters, and I thought it was interesting when you heard both coaches talk about the opponent. It's almost like they were talking about looking in the mirror, and that's why I asked that to Coach Krieger. And it is kind of interesting how similar these teams want to play, and I think it's a real reason why both of these teams are usually atop the Flyway Conference when everything's all said and done, at least over the past handful of seasons. It's been just about, with the exception of 1 year Amro won the conference, it's been either the Vikings or the Ledgers going back 7 of the past 8 seasons. So these two have ruled the roost here in the Flyway Conference of late. So those are the keys to the game presented by Pino Construction. Sargento Cheese presents our starting lineup. Sargento is looking for manufacturing superstars for general production, machine operators, ops quality specialists, and maintenance pros. General production starting at $26 an hour plus shift premiums for second and third shifts. Sargento, your passion, our culture. Let's start with the visiting Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings here tonight. Number 1 is Caleb Wild. Wild, a 6'4" senior forward. He's averaging 5.2 points per game, 6.5 rebounds per game. Also inside is number 24, a 6'3" senior, Sam Ferguson. Ferguson averaging 9.2 points and about 4 rebounds per contest is Sam Ferguson. Number 2 is Spencer Lair, a 6' senior. Lair on the season, 3.5 points per game, but he's a terrific defender. Couple of assists per game, couple of rebounds per game. But as I mentioned, I would fully expect Spencer Lair to be given the assignment of Ben Baker tonight when we see the opening tip-off. Number 11 is Hudson Henry, 5'7" sophomore point guard. Henry averaging 9 points per game and a couple of assists per game as well. Limited minutes so far this season for Henry coming off the bench. He's going to have a much larger role coming up here tonight. And number 3 is Ike Lamont, 5'10" junior guard is Isaac Lamont. 16.2 points per game, couple of rebounds, couple of assists, but he has the ability to get hot from 3. So far this season, he has shot it 45.1% from deep. So Springs has to get a hand in the face of Isaac Lamont, one of the most dangerous shooters in the state when you look at that percentage for WLA. Starters for the Vikings, once again, 1 Wild, 2 Lair, 3 Lamont, 11 Henry, and 24 Ferguson. Starters for the Ledgers. Number 1 is Bentley Coots, a 6'1", 180-pound junior, and Coots on the season, 2.8 points per game, 2.5 rebounds per game. Also inside, it'll be number 22, Matt Miller. He's going to get the start in place of an injured Brody Stefani tonight. Miller, 6'4", 175-pound junior, and Miller on the season, just 1 point per game, but 4 rebounds per contest. He also gets about 3 deflections per game, and we know that's a stat. If you've ever watched a Springs game, that's a stat that Coach Krieger absolutely loves, those defensive deflections. Number 3 is Jack Judkins, a 6'1", 160-pound junior guard. Judkins third on the team with 10.1 points per game, also 4 rebounds per game and a couple of assists per night for the junior Jack Judkins. And Joey Kuhn, number 23, is a 6', 150-pound junior guard. Kuhn, 11.5 points per game, 4.5 rebounds per game, 3 assists and 2 steals. He fills up the stat line along with the lone senior on this Springs group, number 4, 5'10" senior guard Ben Baker, 18.1 points, 4.5 rebounds, 5.5 steals, and 5.5 assists and 2.5 steals per game. So, look, both of these teams, we're going to see a lot of guard play tonight, and it'll be interesting to see which side wins out coming up here tonight. Those are the starters Once again for the Ledgers, 1 Coots, 3 Judkins, 4 Baker, 22 Miller, and 23 Kuhn. And those are presented to you by Sargento Cheese. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back, and as we send it to our break, we'll take a look at the Lens Truck Center play of the game here on RP Sports.
Each and every week, we have an opportunity to salute a great play of the game, courtesy of Lens Truck Center and Radio Plus Video Sports, in partnership with Jeff's Live Streams. Congratulations to this play of the week.
In and out. Zimmerman scratches down the rebound. Pass out top. Johnson thought about it, puts it on the floor, drives to the lane. And a skip pass again. Redmond open for 3, knocks it down. Finally, Redmond for 3. Good ball movement by the Spartans now.
Absolutely. The Spartans did a good job there passing around and found an open shot, even on the perimeter. A nice open 3 for Redmond.
Again, it's our play of the week from Lens Truck Center, Radio Plus Video Sports, in partnership with Jeff's Live Streams. For more information, head to our website, radioplusinfo.com.
Got pain? See Shane. Dr. Shane Bauer at Bauer Chiropractic. Dr. Bauer can help relieve pain in arthritic knees, reduce or relieve pain from degenerative and herniated lumbar discs in your back. Dr. Bauer's laser treatment relieves pain and inflammation. Works like cortisone without the side effects. Dr. Bauer also offers custom orthotics for proper back posture. Since 1998, this area has trusted the team at Bauer Chiropractic. So if you've got pain, see Shane at Bauer Chiropractic.
FBS Bank is here to help you achieve your dream of home ownership. For a limited time, we're offering home loans with just $595 closing costs plus title. Whether you're buying a new home or wanting to refinance, our experienced team is here to assist you. Visit our website at fbsbank.com or give us a call at 1-800-242-7880. Our friendly and experienced team will help guide you through the journey with FBS Bank. FBS Bank, banking made personal.
Gas prices, home expenses, education. Will those costs always go up? Probably. At Winnebago Lutheran Academy, we can help you with one of them. We are a part of the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program, a program which enables qualifying families to receive a quality Christian education at no cost. That's right, zero tuition if you qualify. To learn more, visit WLAVikings.org.
Living it for 4 years, loving it forever.
Back here on the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show one last time before we get things tipped off between the Vikings and the Ledgers. Well, we didn't really set up the conference very well here in the pregame show, so let's do that right now. Mayville and Lemira both 4-0 atop the Flyway Conference. WLA is 2-1. They've played one fewer game. They'll have still have to play Omro in the first round of the double round-robin Flyway Conference slate. Springs is 2-2, as is the Laconia Spartans. Omro is 1-2, and Campbellsport North Fondy both 0-4 at the bottom of the conference. Coming up tonight, Omro is at Lemira. North Fond du Lac is at Campbellsport, so one of those two teams will pick up their first conference win of the season. And Laconia is at Mayville, and of course, showing you here tonight, WLA and Springs. In non-conference girls basketball action in the Flyway, Marquezan is at Omro, Mayville hits the road to play Kewaskum, and North Fondy hosts Lourdes Academy. That is the Flyway girls and boys slate here tonight, and obviously a special emphasis on the boys slate here this evening. All right, we're just about set to tip things, play the national anthem and the starting lineups here in the arena. So as they do all of that, we will send it to a break and also tell you about our Athlete of the Week from Lens Truck Center. That comes up right now here on Radio Plus.
Congratulations to this Student Athlete of the Week this week. Each and every week, Len's Truck Center teams up with Radio Plus Video Sports and Jeff's live streams to salute a great Student Athlete of the Week.
Meyer has it on the right wing up top now to Drinkwine. Pump fake, thought about three, doesn't take it, looks around for some help and gets it to Landon Baker. Baker, pass inside, Meyer on the block. Nice jumper from Talon Meyer. He's got all four for Mayville, cuts the lead back to 8.
Again, Len's Truck Center, Radio Plus Video Sports, and Jeff's live streams salute our great Student Athletes of the Week, each and every week.
If you want a truck or an SUV, go to Len till you like what you see. Hundreds of trucks all on one lot. If you want a truck, it's what we've got. Len's Truck, Len's Truck. We got the trucks at Len's Truck.
Bob's Pizza now has its very own dine-in restaurant. Enjoy a family-friendly atmosphere with a cozy dining room, large game room, beautiful full bar, and even coffee next door from Just Love Coffee. With our expanded menu, your party will have no trouble satisfying the whole family. Delicious, legendary pizza for a legendary city. Bob's Pizza on the Avenue.
Dr. Todd Serauer is proud to announce the addition of his son, Dr. Brady Serauer, to their new office on South Main Street. Visit them at their brand new office on South Main Street in Fond du Lac and see how the Serauer Family Dental is making you smile generation after generation.
Just like a great team, National Exchange Bank and Trust knows that success is built on strong relationships and trust. Since 1933, the bank has been locally owned and focused on serving the needs of our community so that our friends and neighbors can live the life they want. Let National Exchange Bank and Trust be your financial teammate for life, because when it comes to your financial goals, we're here to help you stay ahead of the game. Visit nebat.com to learn more.
Back here at Hunter Gymnasium, getting you set for the tip between the Vikings and the Ledgers. They're going to meet the starters here in the arena, and we'll remind you about them at home as well. For Winnebago Lutheran, number 1, Caleb Wild, a 6'4 senior. Number 2, Spencer Lair, a 6-foot senior. 3 is Isaac Lamott, a 5'10 junior. Hudson Henry is a 5'7 sophomore point guard. And Sam Ferguson, number 24, a 6'3 senior, rounds out the starting lineup. For the Ledgers, number 1 is Bentley Coots, 6'1", 180-pound junior. Number 3 is Jack Judkins, a 6'1", 160-pound junior. Number 4, Ben Baker, 5'10", 165-pound. He's the lone senior on the team. 22, Matt Miller, 6'4", 175-pound junior. And 23 is Joey Kuhn, 6 foot, 150-pound junior guard. For the Vikings, 1 Wild, 2 Lair, 3 Lamott, 11 Henry, 24 Ferguson. For the Ledgers, 1 Coots, 3 Judkins, 4 Baker, 22 Miller, and 23 Kuhn. Kyle Krieger, we got a little history lesson from him in the pregame. He's been coaching for a long, long time at St. Mary Springs. Mason DeNoyer for WLA, he's in year number 2 after he took over for Marty Nell. And as I mentioned, there was a stretch there from 18 to 20 where WLA won the league 3 years in a row. Then Springs responded with a three-peat of its own. A couple of years ago, Amro went wire to wire, undefeated in the flyway to win it. And then last year, Springs, led by Noah Mowell, Emmett Hune and company, and Ben Baker, by the way, they won the conference. So who will it be this year? Obviously, early on it looked like Lamira. They're ranked tops in Division 4, one of the best teams in the state. Jake Bresky having a great year. Keegan Kell. They go about 8 or 9 deep with really, really good players at Lemira. And then, a little bit surprisingly, some would say, Mayville undefeated to this point in the season. And they have a tough test tonight against Laconia. So we're ready to tip this thing off. And as we do, we tell you about our tip-off sponsor. It's Right Way Home Improvement. From doors and gutters to roofs and siding, Right Way Home Improvement has you covered. Contact Right Way today for your free estimate. Call 920-929-8999 or visit rightwaybuilt.com. Tap goes to the Ledgers, and they have their first possession in the home whites with the blue trim down the sides. Here's Ben Baker from distance. This one off, well contested there by Hudson Henry. And the sophomore got out on the senior Baker. Here come the Vikings. Ferguson right to the middle of the paint, up with the hook shot, missed it short, and the rebound cleared with Matt Miller. Ledgers back the other way, and miscommunication that time between Coots and Judkins. High School Sports Today on RadioPlusInfo.com is presented by these 5 Fond du Lac area Edward Jones financial advisors: Matt Moses, Matt Hilmer, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Nice backdoor cut from Isaac Lamont, and he stepped on the end line. A little bit of contact and a nice defensive possession there by the Ledgers. So a couple of turnovers either way. And WLA is going to have some token pressure here with their 2 guards in Lamont and Henry. Here's the dribble drive from Jack Judkins, gives it to Bentley Coots, guarded by Caleb Wild. Wild didn't play basketball last year. Vikings happy to have him back, and he's into the starting lineup this season. Rebound fought for there, tapped by Miller, taken in by Ferguson, and the Vikings come back the other way with Hudson Henry. On the right side, little shimmy move. Hands off to Spencer Lair. Lair up with the shot. No whistle, and coming back the other way, clearing the rebound is Ben Baker, and Joey Kuhn traveled. Just didn't, a little too much momentum there, and the pass from Baker too far out ahead of Joey Kuhn. So sloppy early on here between these two flyweight conference rivals. Henry crosses over Baker, kicks it back out to Lamont. He's guarded by Joey Kuhn. I would say Kuhn probably is the best defender for the Ledgers, certainly at the guard position. Now Judkins switches on to Lamont. That's the interesting thing about this. You're going to be able to switch just about every position. There's Ben Baker sliding over to take a charge on Spencer Lair. First foul of the game goes on Lair and the Vikings. Baker was there all evening setting up shop, and a good call there. Vikings going to keep on the token pressure, just light pressure from WLA, keep the Ledgers honest on the inbounds pass. And Baker into the front court, gives to Judkins. On the right wing, down to the right corner with Kuhn. Skip pass out to Bentley Coots. Coots, dribble drive, poked away by Ike Lamont. And a good deflection there by WLA. Still looking for the first points, and you can kind of tell it's a kind of a stale atmosphere here as neither crowd has really gotten into it. I would say WLA probably has the bigger crowd, certainly the bigger student section here tonight between the two teams. Matt Miller gets the scoring going with a nice backdoor cut and a good find to Matt Miller. So 2-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard in favor of the Ledgers. Vikings struggling to score here in the first 3 minutes without their leading scorer, Gannon Schwartz. Have not gotten Ike Lamont open for a 3 just yet. 45% three-point shooter this season. Here goes Spencer Lair, and this time a foul on Matt Miller on the hip check. So the first team foul on the Ledgers goes to Matthew Miller. First, this portion of the game brought to you by Wisconsin Lighting Lab. Appreciate the folks over at Will Brands for their sponsorship of high school sports. Here's Sam Ferguson. Nice position, working against the smaller Ben Baker. And the 6'3" Sam Ferguson pays it off with the first points for WLA. At that last whistle, Will Jan comes into the game for the Ledgers, the first substitution for either one of these two teams. And Ike Lamont into the front court on the right side. Hesitation dribble, one-handed pass, fires it into Ferguson. Nice move by Sam Ferguson. He missed it strong and fouled Matt Miller on the rebound. Nice contest from Matt Miller, but a couple of opportunities underneath for Sam Ferguson that I think he would probably tell you he should finish. Got good positioning a couple of times and left one up short, and that time too strong off the back iron. just underway here tonight, and Ben Baker able to clear the pressure from Hudson Henry, and then Henry doubles down and picks the pocket of Jack Judkins. Here comes Henry. Slows things down. Spencer Lair has it on the left wing. Working on Judkins. Good pressure here from Will Jan, and Ferguson nearly turns it over, gets it to Henry in the corner. Hudson Henry's got a triple, and WLA has its first lead of the night. Joey Kuhn sprints into the front court. Good ball movement back to Ben Baker. Gets Henry off his feet. Nice floating pass down underneath to Matt Miller. But he's forced to pull it back out after some good help defense by the Vikings. Jan, corner three, missed it short. Rebound skied for, fought for, and taken in by Spencer Lair. And the Vikings back the other way. Lamont open for three. Quick trigger from the corner. No good. Missed it off to the left. Good looking quick shot that time from Ike Lamont. Here's Joey Kuhn in the corner. Drives against Lamont. Skip pass over to Judkins. Three on the way. He's got it. Jack Judkins responds for the Ledgers. And we're tied up again. Henry will walk it into the front court. Not for a lack of action, but certainly a lack of scoring so far, but it's been certainly entertaining on both sides. Here's Henry, another triple for him. Yes, sir, Hudson Henry. The sophomore has got 6, and he's made his first 2 3-pointers of the evening. Ben Baker between the circles, near side to Jan. Jan dribble drive to the high post, working on Sam Ferguson. Good patience here from the Ledgers. Kuhn, middle of the paint, jump stops, up with the floater, missed it. Great contest that time from Mike Lamont, and the rebound cleared once again with Spencer Lair. He's been a monster on the defensive glass so far for the Vikings. Lair's got it now in the front court. We mentioned it in the pregame. He doesn't score a whole lot, just a couple of points per game. They don't need him to do that. They need him to do all the ugly things, play good defense, get on the boards. He's done that so far tonight. Here's Hudson Henry, triple on the way. This one misses, so Henry fails to stay perfect, and Ferguson is going to pick up his second foul on the rebound there. Fighting in amongst Matt Miller, and Ferguson's going to take a seat. Coach Denoyer not happy with Sam Ferguson. He's going to be replaced by Cooper Schwalbe. Ike Lamont going to also take a seat as number 22, Ty Ferris, another junior. It's a talented junior class for WLA. It really is. Obviously, they're going to lose Gannon Schwartz, but there's a lot of talent at, well, you name the sport. Football, basketball, baseball, all over the place for the Vikings. Also into the game for the Ledgers, by the way, at that last juncture was number 12, Lucas Babler, onto the floor for his first action tonight. Ben Baker, guarded by Hudson Henry. You know, I thought, here's a three from Joey Kuhn. That missed. I thought it might be Spencer Lair. Hudson Henry's done a really nice job on Ben Baker so far. Here goes Henry, down the paint, scoops it up and scores. 5'7" Hudson Henry to the rack, fearless. And he finishes there. 10-5 WLA lead on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Baker drives, kicks it to Jan in the corner. Foul picked up there by Cooper Schwalbe, trying to defend the drive of Will Jan. 12:09 to go in this first half. Been plenty of action here tonight between these two. And Isaac Lamont not out for long. He's back onto the floor now, replacing Spencer Lair. Baker going to key things in, lob it up. That's a dangerous pass. Nearly stolen away by the Vikings. It ends up in the hands of Will Jan. Jan snaps the pass back out to Baker, guarded by Ty Ferris. Baker floats, and the hand on the hip from Ty Ferris is going to pick up a foul here for WLA. It's their 5th team foul. So keep an eye on that. Compared to just one team foul for the Ledgers, we've seen a lot of those ticky-tack whistles here early on, and the Vikings going to have to adjust. We were here for the Omroad Springs game where the officiating crew was very, very lenient. I mean, could pretty much grab the shirt out on the perimeter, and it was okay. And you got to be able to adjust to that. Certain crews certainly officiate things differently, and it's part of the tricky thing you got to figure out there. Vikings have yet to do that. Here's Jan on a dribble drive, dribbled it off his own foot. Back over to WLA, another Springs turnover here early on. And I think they're going to get a timeout. Yeah, Coach Krieger going to take a 30-second timeout. Let's squeeze 30 seconds in here as well. Back after this on RP Sports.
Walk right in. That's the laid-back feeling you have when you work with the Roush Insurance Agency in Fond du Lac. Their agents are dedicated to putting your mind at ease when you make your insurance decisions. They live, work, and play here, and will make sure that they are there at the time of need for their clients and families. Visit RoushINS.com for more information or walk right in. 770 South Main Street in Fond du Lac. The Roush Insurance Agency, your hometown insurance team for over 30 years.
Back here at Hutter, thanks to Serauer Family Dental for being part of our high school sports coverage this season. Dr. Todd Serauer is proud to announce the addition of his son, Dr. Brady Serauer, to their new office on South Main Street. Come visit them and see how the Serauer family is making you smile generation after generation. Visit SerauerDental.com today. Here's Cooper Schwalbe in the short corner for WLA. Off of that Springs turnover that forced the timeout from Coach Krieger. Ty Ferris on the left wing, 3 on the way, got it. Coach Krieger talked about getting out on the shooters. So far, not so good for the Ledgers. 3 threes reined in by the Vikings so far to build this 8-point lead. And a nice response once again, Jack Judkins. He's got 5 now of the 7 for the Ledgers. Ben Baker still looking for his first points of the night. And the Ledgers going to go into a 2-3 zone, almost a 3-2 with how far out they extend it. And there's a foul on the drive from Ty Ferris. So Ferris hits a 3. Now he's going to go to the charity stripe. A very, very good start for Ferris off the bench. He's guarded Ben Baker, hounded him. And now, after reining in a 3, he's at the charity stripe. First free throw short for Ferris. Miller and Kuhn return for Springs. As Ferris will try again from the free throw line. Second free throw up, no good. Rebound batted around and tied up underneath. Nice hustle play under there by Caleb Wild. Battling it out with Will Jan. So Henry will trigger things in for WLA. Look for Ike Lamont in the corner. He's got him. Isaac Lamont, nice ball fake to the rim, missed it a little bit off balance there going to the hoop. But a nice take by Isaac Lamont. He's looked good so far. Hasn't scored, but you can see why he's so dangerous for this WLA team. Isaac Lamont crosses over, dribble drive. Got caught in the air, and it's last touched by Lamont. And so that's maybe a little bit of the inexperience. You obviously see the upside there, but turnover number 2 here early on by Lamont, and now a foul in the backcourt picked up by Hudson Henry. And a little bit of a cheap one. That one coming, 70 feet away from the hoop. And Coach Denoyer had his hands on his head for a moment there, as the Vikings one foul away from putting the Ledgers in the bonus. Here's Joey Kuhn. Gives it over here near side, Calvin Steffes, and he's tied up, stolen away by Hudson Henry. No quick whistle there for the jump ball. Appreciate that. Let the guys play. Here's Ty Ferris in the corner. Snap pass down underneath Caleb Wild. He's going to go to work against Jan. Missed it. Rebound batted out by Cooper Schwalbe straight into the hands of Joey Kuhn. Kuhn is fouled by Lamont at the hoop. And Kuhn takes a tumble, but he's all right under there. That's team foul number 7. So the last 10 minutes of this first half, the Ledger's going to be in the bonus. And with WLA already down their best player, they can't afford to have anyone get into foul trouble. So far, Ferguson's the only one that has a pair of fouls. First free throw no good for Joey Kuhn. But something that Coach Denoyer and Coach Schwartz certainly going to keep an eye on. Coach Schwartz, a holdover, if you will, from the Marty Nell era at WLA, when WLA was scoring loads and loads of points. Man, they were fun to watch, scoring in the 80s, 90s, 100s, just about every game. Here's an offensive rebound for Evan Gensler, and Gensler is tied up. It'll go back over to Springs. Nice play on underneath. Once again, Springs, despite being outsized, is doing a really nice job in the interior defense. WLA going to pull off that press. They've picked up too many backcourt fouls. 2 of their 7 have come back there. And I think Coach Denoyer just saying, let's not give them free throws from 70 feet away from the hoop. 9:25 to go in this first half. WLA still retains a 5-point lead on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Here's Steffes, gets to the corner, and a travel from Will Jan. Got the feet moving a little too quick, and another turnover for the Ledgers. It has been anything but a clean half for them offensively here tonight. Ferris going to take a seat as Hudson Henry is back on the floor after a very short break. That had to be less than a minute for Henry, and he's into the front court. Gensler at the high post. Back out to Henry. He gives it to Lair. Henry, nice knifing down the lane. He gives it to Gensler, and he's fouled from behind. I think they're going to get Jack Judkins here as Gensler got the position inside of Judkins on that zone. And again, that's probably one that the Vikings would say missed points there at the rim. Gensler's going to have a chance for 2 on the free throw line. He makes the first. Very well could have been a 3-point play there. He just left it up a little bit short. Second free throw good for Gensler as well. So the Vikings now 2 for 4 from the free throw line. And Ben Baker walks it into the front court for the Ledgers, excuse me. Here's Joey Kuhn. Underneath, Judkins has it blocked from Isaac Lamont. Nice play. Coming back from behind, Lamont at the rim. Here's a one-handed pass from Lamont now in the front court. He finds Spencer Lair, and Lair finishes at the rack. Just like that, it's a 9-point WLA lead after back-to-back buckets for the Vikings. That one from Baker as he's still searching for his first points goes long. And the outlet pass to Henry, and you can tell WLA wants to run it. Here goes Henry, kicks it to Lair. Lair dribble drive on the left side. Hands off Cooper Schwalbe, gets it to Henry. Henry's already made one from there. That one rattles around and down. Henry's into double figures with 11. And the Vikings have a double-digit lead for the first time tonight. Bentley Coots quickly back the other way. Don't take a breath around here. Coots gets it back within 10 for the Ledgers. 20-10 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Shot fake for Cooper Schwalbe. Passes to the near side with Isaac Lamont. Lamont, hesitation dribble. Goes up with the floater. That one rattles around, no good. Lamont can't find it here early on. And Matt Miller is going to throw that one over to Coach Krieger, and it'll stay with the Vikings. So Isaac Lamont, Ben Baker, we kind of expected them to be the leading 2 scorers tonight based on the season-long averages for both of these teams. And I'll tell you what, both have had some really good looks here tonight. Lamont has had a couple that have just hit every part of the rim. And they got blood there for Miller, and he's going to have to get that taken care of, so Will Jan back onto the floor. But yeah, I mean, Lamont, for him to not have any points right now is pretty astounding. He's gotten some good looks, and they just won't go down for him. Here's Hudson Henry. Gives it to Gensler between the circles. Gensler hands off to Isaac Lamont. Lamont, hesitation dribble, shovels it to Henry. Hudson Henry, there is a foul on Bentley Coots. It's either going to be a foul or a carry, and I think they got the foul first. I think that's a good call. It's number 4 on Springs, so they're still a couple away from putting the Vikings into the bonus. Henry gets it right back from Cooper Schwalbe. Henry kicks it over to Isaac Lamont, left wing. He stops mid-range, pulls up, missed it. Rebound down to Jan. Outlet to Baker, up ahead to Bentley Coots. Coots skip pass over to Brenton Rodriguez, who's into the game for the first time. And here goes Ben Baker to the rim and a foul. We'll see who they get on this. For the Vikings, 15 is Evan Gensler. So Gensler was help side defense and got a little too much of Ben Baker there. Curious on who they were going to get that on. Lamont was there as well. He's already picked one up, so for the Vikings' sake, good that it didn't get registered to him. And Ben Baker, he's even missing free throws now. He hasn't found it as of yet. But that's usually a bad omen for opponents in the second half. As we've seen Ben Baker go off for 24-point halves here, right here on Radio Plus, in fact. We've called a couple of those games. 7:09 to go here in this first half. Hudson Henry up the floor, gives it to Evan Gensler at the high post. Here's Cooper Schwalbe. Schwalbe nearly lost it, got it to Isaac Lamott. Lamott, nice drive and a good clear out that time from Evan Gensler, and there's going to be a timeout here, full timeout, taken by Springs. Let's take it with them. 22-11 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Back in 30 seconds on Radio Plus.
Hey, Devontae.
Let me get a Cantina chicken burrito and a bowl with that seasoned, slow-roasted chicken I like, please.
You have a golf course in your house?
I got a Taco Bell in my house, bro.
Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, there it is.
Cheaters don't get chicken.
Huh?
Cheaters get no chicken.
I won't give him any.
All right, we return here to Hutter Gymnasium. Thanks for joining us on Radio Plus Video Sports here tonight. Jordan King with you in the Radio Plus broadcast booth at Hutter Gymnasium. High school sports today on RadioPlusInfo.com is presented by these 5 Fond du Lac area Edward Jones financial advisors: Matt Moses, Matt Helmer, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones making sense of investing. And Coach Krieger taking another timeout. That's his second here tonight. Try to shore some things up here against the Vikings. Isaac Lamott scored his first bucket on that last possession, and as I mentioned, it was a nice job off the ball by Evan Gensler to just clear his man up the lane line, and it gave Isaac Lamott all sorts of space. Here's Will Jan in the corner for the Ledgers. 11-point lead, the second largest of the night for WLA. They had a 12-point lead just a couple of minutes ago. Here's a turnover from Joey Kuhn, threw it straight to Spencer Lair, and Lair's going to pick up an offensive foul going back the other way. Ben Baker took it. A tough whistle there on Spencer Lair for sure. Kind of looked like a no call to me, but that's why I'm up here, as I like to say. Judkins and Miller back in for the Ledgers, and Spencer Lair going to have to take a seat due to that second foul on him. So we see the reintroduction here of number 22, Ty Ferris. Ferris with the ever difficult job of guarding Ben Baker. Baker with just a point here in the first half. Here he is, deep three. This one looks good. It is good. Ben Baker sticks one from about 25 feet. And the Ledgers within 8. 6:11 to go. Hudson Henry into the front court. Backdoor cut from Ike Lamott. He has to come back out, catch it on the right wing. Tapped away by Joey Kuhn. Save for the foul trouble, this has been a very good first half for WLA. Got to be impressed when you talk about taking a 20-point scorer or thereabouts off the floor. And we know Gannon Schwartz has the ability to go for about 40, doesn't he? Here's Isaac Lamont, another backdoor cut for him, and he's now got a couple of baskets here of late. He's got 4 tonight. And WLA's lead back to 10. Here's Joey Kuhn in the lane, kicks it to Ben Baker. He's open for 3. Don't want to help off of him too much. Baker missed that one. Not punished. That time are the Vikings, and Baker's going to pick up a cheap one in transition defense. Just the first on Ben Baker, 5th team foul, and it'll be a side inbounds here for WLA. Coach DeNoyer barking out some instructions for his team as they look to build on a 10-point lead, 24-14 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Here's a 3. Ty Ferris off the bench has been terrific for WLA. He's got 6, couple of 3s here in this first half. Judkins thought about the triple, kicks it back out to Joey Kuhn. Baker between the circles. Resets things to Judkins. Judkins working on Lamont. Now Kuhn driving against Hudson Henry, and he just kind of big boys him down underneath. And there is a whistle, and Henry can't believe it. That was kind of a phantom whistle there, and two shots coming here for Joey Kuhn. Kuhn kind of had a smirk on his face like he knew he got away with one there, as I think that was kind of an anticipation whistle a little bit. And Coach DeNoyer is having a conversation with the official. And first free throw up and good for Joey Kuhn. Not his fault. He's just going to try to make the free throws. So Hudson Henry is going to be left out there with a couple of fouls. He's got to play. Someone with WLA is going to have to play with 2 fouls. They already have Sam Ferguson, who's sat most of this first half with 2. Spencer Layers on the bench with a pair of fouls as well. 2 for 2, Joey Kuhn from the free throw line. That also is the 10th team foul for WLA, so 2 free throws the rest of this first half for Springs on every WLA foul. Here's Cooper Schwalbe. Schwalbe comes near side and a timeout for WLA. 30-second timeout. Let's take it with him. WLA leads by 11 on Radio Plus.
Steer into the new year comfortably and confidently in a new Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, or GM certified pre-owned model from Holiday. Stack money-saving New Year sale offers with our low simplified price. Get more for your trade and experience guest care that makes fans of drivers from all over.
The team at Holiday goes above and beyond. You can count on it.
Come be our guest and let your new year shine bright.
Find yours and drive it home today from Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
Back here at Hunter Gymnasium, you just saw the ad there from our friends at Holiday Automotive. Coming up at halftime, stick around, we'll have the Holiday halftime show. 5 minutes left in this first half. WLA has cultivated an 11-point lead to this point. And they're just going to try to survive here. Evan Gensler back onto the floor. They took out Hudson Henry. And so there's 3 WLA players on the bench with 2 fouls apiece. Ferguson, Henry, and Lair. And so 3 starters for WLA not out there. And Coach DeNoyer is just trying to implore his guys to get to the half without fouling any more than they already have. And here's Ben Baker working on Ty Ferris. Spins, drives to the corner. This is Judkins. Judkins with the dribble drive. And Springs does put you under a lot of pressure, puts the officials under a lot of pressure as well, as Joey Kuhn goes back up underneath and gets a pair. So 4 straight for Joey Kuhn, and the Ledger's back within 10. They now trail by 9. Here's Caleb Wild. Bounce pass to Ferris, and Ferris, nice heady play to throw it off of the foot of Jack Judkins and keep it with the Vikings. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Michaels Corporation. Appreciate Michaels Corporation and their partnership of high school sports. Schwalbe hands off to Ike Lamont. This is the best look he's had all night from 3. That one doesn't go. And then Caleb Wild had it blocked underneath and threw it out of bounds. And I think Coach DeNoyer was saying there, just go up with it, and it would have been a tie-up. Instead, turns it over to the Ledgers, chipping away at what was at one point a 12-point deficit, now just 9. Here's Jack Judkins. Dribble drive against Schwalbe. Hands off to Miller. Baker's got it now on the right side. Good ball movement, good patience by the Ledgers. Here's Joey Kuhn. Bentley Coots. Jack Judkins. Judkins drives against Schwalbe, gets to the hoop, missed it. Good defense that time from Cooper Schwalbe. We've seen that call to foul a number of times in this first half, not there. Here's Evan Gensler. Gensler drives to the hoop, misses it. And the rebound up and in from Caleb Wild. Gensler there lost it on the drive and then missed it. Wild was there, and now Lamont going to pick one up, and you could hear Coach DeNoyer from here yelling out Ike. He was frustrated there because that's going to be number 2 on Isaac Lamont per my count. Yeah, number 2 there on him. So that's 4 different Vikings that have picked up 2 fouls. And again, I think Coach DeNoyer there understanding that this is just part of the process with guys that maybe don't have the same type of experience as Gannon Schwartz. And first year on varsity for Isaac Lamont. He's obviously had a tremendous start to the season, but there are those growing pains that you have. And Joey Kuhn makes 1 of 2. Kuhn now 4 of 6 from the free throw line. He's been ultra aggressive, and he's been rewarded with some trips to the charity stripe. Here's Ty Ferris, bounces out to Cooper Schwalbe. Schwalbe gets Judkins on his hip, now finds Isaac Lamont. Nice wraparound and the score for Ike Lamont. He's got 6 here in this first half. Taking under 3 minutes to go in this opening frame. Here's Judkins. Jump stop, floater, no good. Good looking fadeaway jump shot, no good though from Jack Judkins. Gensler's got it. Backdoor cut once again. Isaac Lamont is making a living on those backdoor cuts. That time he had it blocked by Will Jan. Here goes Joey Kuhn. Kuhn skip pass to the corner with Judkins. Judkins thought about the three, kicks it back out Ben Baker. Baker jab step, drives, and he is fouled. No, it's a travel on Ben Baker. Not enough contact that time, and Baker with the turnover, a rare one of those for the senior. 2.5 minutes is, you just kind of feel WLA is hoping to get this thing to halftime with the foul situation and kind of feel like they got a fresh slate, certainly of team fouls, but also get 4 starters back into the game, or I should say 3 of them. Here is Cooper Schwalbe, top of the key. He's going to fire up a 3. That one missed, and the rebound collected by Will Jan. Here is Baker up ahead. Bentley Coots runs the floor well, and the big man finishes at the hoop. And the Ledgers back within 10. WLA has pushed it out to 12 twice in this first half, and both times the Ledgers have responded. Here's a 3. Ty Ferris. That one looked rushed from Ferris, and it missed. Coots cleared the rebound. $1:45 to go first half. Here goes Jan. Oh, Jan flared that elbow out, and that one was last touched by Joey Kuhn. Tell you what, Jan on that drive kind of flared the elbow out and was lucky to escape not having an offensive foul. And they said Kuhn last deflected it, not Isaac Lamont. So back over to WLA. First action here of the night for number 21, Parker Mullenbach, another one of those juniors I was telling you about for WLA. Here's Ty Ferris. Ferris, dribble drive, middle of the paint, gets it to Gensler. Underneath Cooper Schwalbe. Schwalbe kicks it out. There's Ty Ferris, and a foul underneath. Ferris was trying to key up his third 3 of the game there. He was ready to uncork that one from the left wing, but the foul underneath on Lucas Babler. Lamont trying to get free, as is Schwalbe. Schwalbe able to come to the corner. Here is Cooper Schwalbe. Caught there, finds Mullenbach underneath. Mullenbach kicks it top of the key. Evan Gensler, he's going to try a left-handed 3. This one's no good. Rebound cleared down with Matt Miller. He's done a nice job on the glass tonight for the Ledgers, as he usually does. Shot fake for Ben Baker. He goes down left side, throws it up, no good. And the rebound on the far side is Evan Gensler's. Gensler's done a nice job off the bench here tonight. Here's Isaac Lamont, missed it. Rebound fought for. Mullenbach's got it, kicks it out to Evan Gensler at half court. Here's Ty Ferris, gets Baker on his hip, up with the floater, no good. Rebound fought for by Mullenbach. Offensive rebound for WLA. Here goes Schwalbe. Bounce pass to Lamont, and he saves it somehow. Just on the fingertips there from Mike Lamont. Here goes Evan Gensler. He's fouled by Joey Kuhn, and the Vikings are finally in the bonus with 36 seconds left in this first half. Springs has been in the bonus. By the way, this is a 2-shot foul, but Springs has been in the bonus since 10 minutes left in this first half, and they've made good use of it. They have the Ledgers. They've shot 8 free throws, but WLA has also shot 6 in this first half as well, so maybe not as much as the Ledgers could have potentially utilized the bonus. Gensler looking for his second one. That one misses, and the rebound fought for and taken in by Parker Mullenbach. He's gotten some awesome offensive rebounds here for the Vikings in this late stages of the first half. WLA just wants to run this out with the last possession. Coach DeNoyer kind of thinking, I can't pick up another foul on my team if we take this thing to the locker room, right? With how aggressive WLA's been tonight, they might pick one up at halftime. Well, who knows? Here's Isaac Lamont. Crosses over past Judkins. Gives it to Ty Ferris. Top of the key. 3 on the way. Ty Ferris drills it from the top of the key. Half-court heave from Kuhn. No good. And WLA takes its largest lead of the night into the halftime locker room. It's 34-21 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Well, that end of the first half could not have gone much better for WLA, as Coach DeNoyer kind of with a masterclass there at the end of that first half. He put on Parker Mullenbach, and his size was crucial there down the stretch to get a couple of offensive rebounds. All right, halftime. Take a timeout. Come back with our Holiday Automotive Halftime Show here on Radio Plus. Stay with us.
For over 120 years, Bristol Morgan Bank has served central Wisconsin communities. We're still here, not just as your financial partner, but as a community partner. Communities change over time. They grow, your business grows, your family priorities change. This is why, over the years, we've adapted to the needs of our customers, offering digital tools for convenience, scheduling in-person appointments where and when it works for you, designing products to impact your financial future, because that's what community banks do.
Today's game is brought to you by Edward Jones and these area Edward Jones financial advisors. Robert Bruce, located at 68 North Main Street. Patrick Ellistad, located at 560 Fond du Lac Avenue. Matt Moses, located at 201 South Marr Street. Jeff Wills, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. And Matt Helmer, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. Good luck to all athletes in today's game. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
A life in motion is a life well lived. At every age and every stage, we help you do more of the things you love. To keep you moving, to keep you achieving, to keep you striving. At Aurora Healthcare, we make care easier and more accessible than ever.
Here we go. All we need is an open road and a chance to see a never-ending world that's beautiful. Here we go, with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day, it's ours to take, and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins.
Are you or a loved one living with the discomfort and hopelessness of peripheral neuropathy? The tingling, the numbness, the life-altering pain? Are you tired of taking medications that only mask the symptoms or don't work at all? You don't have to live like that anymore. Introducing New Medical Center, your beacon of hope in the fight against peripheral neuropathy. Our team of dedicated specialists uses the latest advancement in medical technology to help you regain control of your life. Our personalized treatment plans are designed to reduce your pain, improve your balance, and restore your quality of life, all while targeting the cause of your neuropathy. Visit us on the web at newmedicalctr.com.
Anders Auto Parts, your locally owned bumper-to-bumper auto parts store serving the Fond du Lac area since 1956. Experienced and knowledgeable staff ready to serve you. Anders Auto Parts features PPG and Shopline auto paint along with PPG Versalon commercial paint. Quality name brand auto parts. Anders Auto Parts, your bumper-to-bumper auto parts store at 16 West Sibley Street, just off North Main Street, behind American Family Insurance.
We return here to Hutter Gymnasium on the Ledge. The Vikings lead the Ledgers 34-21 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Our halftime is brought to you by Holiday Automotive. Holiday, it's worth the trip. Give you the scoring from halftime. We'll also do our best to find some scores from elsewhere on the Radio Plus network here tonight. We'll give you some of those updates as well. Let's start with the Ledgers. 2 for Matt Miller, 4 apiece for Bentley Coots and Ben Baker, 5 for Jack Judkins, and the leading scorer in that first half was Joey Kuhn. He had 6. Add all of that up to 21 first half points. For WLA, 2 apiece for Caleb Wild, Spencer Lair, and Evan Gensler and Sam Ferguson. 6 for Isaac Lamont, 9 for Ty Ferris, and 11 for Hudson Henry. Add that up to 34 first half points for the Vikings, and their largest lead of the first half was 13, and it came right at the end when Ty Ferris hit his third 3 of the first half. WLA hit 6 of them, 3 from Ty Ferris, 3 from Hudson Henry, and that's part of the biggest reason they've been able to build this double-digit lead here at halftime. Let's take another timeout. We'll come back in just a couple of minutes. We'll look around for some scores for you here on Radio Plus. Stay with us.
Integrity Saw and Tool is a proud sponsor of Fond du Lac area sports. They wish the best of luck to all local teams this fall and winter. Integrity prides itself on being the fastest producer of high-quality cutting tools and providing the most reliable sharpening service in the industry. If you're looking for a challenging career, With excellent benefits and a family atmosphere, contact the team at integritysaw.com. That's integritysaw.com.
Tired of pushy sales tactics? Welcome to Schaefer Auto, where they make buying a vehicle simple, safe, and satisfying. You'll find a sweet selection of pre-owned vehicles for every budget. Each is inspected and backed by a warranty option of your choice. Financing isn't a problem. Get approved online and drive home with confidence. Schaefer Auto has the right ride for you. Visit the lot at 404 Shaler Drive in Waupun and online at schaefer-auto.com. Schaefer Auto, no gimmicks, no pressure, no worries.
When you hire the attorneys with the Everson Law Office, you're getting more than professional presentation. The attorneys at Everson Law Office are committed to excellence and have been successfully representing their clients since 2005. Practicing business law, estate planning, probate, guardianships, and real estate, they work closely with their clients, providing exceptional legal services that are catered specifically to their needs. Call attorney William Everson at 920-922-7113 or go to everson-law.com.
It's the dawn of a new day for Dr. Kathy Doyle Kelly and Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry.
I'm Dr. Dylan Fogel, and I'm now the new owner of Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry. I'm truly honored to carry forward the tradition of personalized care you've come to know and trust. You'll still see Dr. Kathy and all the familiar faces who make this office feel like home. At Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry, we promise to do everything we can to keep you smiling before, after, and even during your appointment.
Doyle Kelly Family Dentistry will be changing its name to Fogel Family Dentistry in 2026. Find Dr. Dylan Fogel on Fond du Lac Avenue in Fond du Lac.
Scotty's Auto Works for affordable auto care, from tires and alignments to routine auto maintenance. Trust the guys at Scotty's Auto Works, next to Pump and Pantry, Fond du Lac.
All right, back here on Radio Plus Video Sports. Jordan King with you, Holiday Automotive Halftime Show. Give you some scores from elsewhere. Fondy leads Appleton East 36-25 at the half. Horicon beating CWC 36-26 at halftime as well. Marshall and Waupun into the second half already. Marshall leads Waupun at last check by 17, 50-33. All of those can be found on the Radio Plus Family Network, and as well as we have some hockey coming up tonight. Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. That one getting set for the puck drop coming up in just a couple of minutes. So that's what's going on Radio Plus coming up here tonight. Got all sorts of action, as we usually do. We got you covered like no one else here on Radio Plus. All right, one final timeout as the Vikings and the Ledgers just about ready to get back out and get back at it here. 2 minutes from the second half on Radio Plus.
Gas prices, home expenses, education. Will those costs always go up? Probably. At Winnebago Lutheran Academy, we can help you with one of them. We are a part of the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program, a program which enables qualifying families to receive a quality Christian education at no cost. That's right, zero tuition if you qualify. To learn more, visit WLAVikings.org.
Living it for 4 years, loving it forever.
The Rademan family has been quarrying and producing natural stone products for over 50 years. Is your driveway in need of repair? Here at Rademan's, our crushed stone division provides our customer with stone needed for maintaining your gravel driveway. Our quarry stone division provides landscape stones such as stepping stones and retaining wall stone for your outdoor living areas. We also offer natural thin and full veneer stone for interior applications such as fireplaces or outdoor applications to combine with or replace your siding or brick. Rademan Stone and Landscape Company, where we have the materials to do the best work on earth.
For over 100 years, the name Cole is synonymous with quality fuels, lubricants, and propane. That's because Cole is the area's trusted source for farm, construction, and trucking companies, as they partner with these companies to help them achieve their unique goals. The team at Cole Oil and Propane is dedicated to serving you. They pride themselves on a customer-first approach and work hard to make sure you're satisfied. You can rely on Cole for prompt delivery, competitive prices, and quality service. Learn more at ColeOilAndPropane.com.
Call us when you need a company you can trust.
You hear it all the time, but what does it mean? This is Danny and Heather at AirTech Heating, and for our company, it means we do right by our customers and provide them quality service for superior home comfort.
It means our prices are competitive and fair. It means that we stand behind our work. It means doing whatever it takes.
To whom you trust, your family's safety and comfort does matter. Call the team at AirTech Heating at 924-6742 when you need a company you can trust.
Back here at Hutter Gymnasium, we'll try to get you some flyway scores as well. Mayville at the half leads Laconia 39-26. We're efforting to get you a Campbell Sport North Fondy score, as well as a Lamira Amro score. We just had the Lamira's feed pop up. 41-24, the Lions leading the Foxes there in Lamira. So the two league leaders both up at halftime or further along. Here's a quick foul by Matt Miller from the Ledgers to get the second half underway as he fouls Sam Ferguson. So WLA in that first half, 4 of their 5 starters picked up 2 fouls apiece. And they had 3 of those starters sitting to end that first half and still managed to build a 13-point halftime lead. Here's Hudson Henry. He was one of those that had to sit on the bench for the later stages of that first half and to travel for WLA as they turn it back over to the Ledgers. So I guess from the Ledgers' perspective, you're happy that those players weren't out there and you were able to stay in this contest. If you're a WLA fan, you're thinking to yourself, my oh my, that's a pretty good performance from role players. By the way, Gannon Schwartz isn't playing tonight. If you're just joining us, he's still out with a lower leg injury. And so WLA's got to love where they're at in that after that first half. Certainly got to clean up the fouling. Here's Jack Judkins, 3 from the corner, missed it, and a foul for WLA, this time coming from Caleb Wild. Halftime score between Campbell Sport and North Fond du Lac, 29-23. Campbell Sport leads North Fondy by 6. Campbell Sport, Lamira, and Mayville all with leads along with WLA here tonight in a conference night for boys basketball. Backdoor cut that time from Joey Kuhn. Miller couldn't find him. Here's a 3 from Baker, missed it. Rebound skied for and brought down by Caleb Wild. Outlet pass to Hudson Henry. Here comes the sophomore Henry. Kicks it to Lamont in the corner. Shot fake there. Good defense and a nice closeout by Joey Kuhn. Skip pass to Ferguson. Here's Sam Ferguson. Gives it to Sam Lair. Lair got caught, almost tripped over someone's foot there, or his own perhaps, and threw it away. Here's Matt Miller underneath, working against Wild. That one is battled for by Bentley Coots, and he's going to earn another possession for the Ledgers. Nice job by Coots there. Come crashing in on the rebound, and it got batted around a couple of times before it last touched Spencer Lair. Here's Joey Kuhn saving that one from going into the Ledger bench and gives it to Jack Judkins. Judkins to Coots. Near side Ben Baker. Just 4 points for Baker at the half. Slow first half for the leading scorer for the Ledgers. Here's Jack Judkins working on Spencer Lair. Judkins kicks it out to Joey Kuhn. Kuhn down the lane. Fouled. Count it. And the foul for Joey Kuhn, number 3 on Isaac Lamont. Nice strong take for Joey Kuhn, and he has made a living on that tonight. This portion of the game brought to you by Aurora Healthcare. Who do you trust with your family's health? For aches and pains, physicals, and sports injuries, Fond du Lac families choose Aurora Healthcare and Dr. Marshall Rutherford, a family medicine specialist. Dr. Rutherford is your go-to for keeping your family healthy. Learn more at aurora.org/doctors. 3-point play completed for Joey Kuhn, and the Ledgers back within 10. How many times did we say that in the first half? WLA would get it to 11 or 12, and Springs back within 10. But they didn't get it much closer than that. At a brief moment, had it down to 9, but not much other than that in that first half. Here's Ty Ferris, who had to come in for Isaac Lamont. 3 for Henry. Hudson Henry stays hot. It's so difficult when you have to spend so much time on the bench in a half to find your shooting form. Here's Jack Judkins with a gorgeous left wing 3 to respond for the Ledgers. But sometimes it can be so difficult, and Henry coming right back out firing here in the second half. Here's Caleb Wild, gets it to the low block, and Caleb Wild's got his 3rd and 4th points of the night. And it's back out to a 12-point WLA lead, on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Here's Ben Baker. He got free from the left wing. That one's a flat shot. Normally, the beautiful arc of Ben Baker just wasn't there on that one. And Hudson Henry's back quickly the other way. Henry hounded by Baker out between the circles. Henry crosses over, kicks it to the corner. Spencer Lair to the short corner now. Here's a jump shot from the mid-range. He's got it. Sweet shot, Spencer Lair. And it's a 14-point lead for WLA. Now their biggest on the night. Joey Kuhn on the dribble handoff. Kicks it out. Baker. That looks better. That one's still just a little short. Doesn't crawl over that front end. And just a little off tonight is Ben Baker. It's you don't see that very often. Ferris loses his balance. And the steal from Matt Miller. Miller gives it to Judkins, and yeah, he needed a dribble there. Judkins didn't take it, and it's a travel back over to WLA. Kind of an awkward pass that time from Miller, and I think it caught Judkins a little bit off guard, and that's why he wasn't able to, perhaps elected not to dribble there. All right, timeout here. We're going to keep it right here during this timeout. Is shoulder pain keeping you up at night? For pain relief, Fond du Lac families trust Aurora Healthcare and Dr. Lauren Potter. There are many causes of shoulder pain. As a shoulder specialist, Dr. Potter has the advanced training to take better care of your injury. Learn more at aurora.org/ortho. Appreciate Aurora Healthcare and their sponsorship of high school sports. 41-27 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. 14:27 to go here in tonight's ball game. WLA trying to move to 3-1, stay potentially a game back of Lemira and Mayville in the Flyway Conference hunt. WLA's only loss in the conference coming to the Lemira Lions. They played Lemira as tough as just about anyone so far this season. Lemira got taken to overtime last week against Winneconne. Winneconne's got some special players, including Brody Schaefer, who's going to play football at Iowa. They also got a freshman who is just about as good as anyone you'll find in the class of 2029. Class of 2029? What in the world? You kidding me? That's what the freshmen are now? Holy smokes. I'm getting old. Here's Hudson Henry. He's in the class of 2028, so there you go. That makes you feel better. Here is Henry, middle of the paint, kicks it out, near side Ty Ferris. Shot fake there, underneath to Caleb Wild. Nice over to Sam Ferguson. 2 points for Ferguson. Had his foot on the line, did Ferguson. So it's a 16-point lead for WLA, but still a nice shot that time from the big man out on the perimeter. Spencer Lair has his hand in a passing lane. Ferguson completes the steal, gets it to Lair. Up ahead to Hudson Henry. Henry at the rim, missed it. Oh, offensive rebound, put back, count it, and the foul. Caleb Wild skied through the lane. One hand put back, and he got fouled. My goodness, what a play from Wild. Wow. Wild not able to complete the three-point play. My goodness, what an athletic play by someone who made a couple of really awesome plays for the football team down the stretch for WLA as they made their postseason run, eventually knocked off by state champion Mayville Cardinals, but WLA had a heck of a season, and Wild was a big part of that down the stretch. He had a couple of catches in that Mayville loss that were just incredible. And you saw that athleticism just then. Wow. Out of nowhere. Here's Ty Ferris for the Vikings after the turnover from Springs. Ferguson drives the paint. Caught there in the corner, kicks it out to Ferris. Ferris slows things down, gets the offense back under control, back over to Sam Ferguson. He crosses over Kuhn, gets it to Hudson Henry. Henry back out to Ferguson. Ferguson, oh, heat check for Ferguson as he drives the paint. He was feeling out there on the perimeter with the dribble drive and able to get to the hoop and get fouled. Third team foul on the Ledgers with 13:08 to go in the ball game. Ferguson to the stripe. That foul, by the way, was on Bentley Coots. That was his third. First free throw no good for Ferguson. WLA's lead all the way up to 18 points here, 45-27, and Ledger's got to find a way to get Ben Baker and or Jack Judkins and or Joey Kuhn going. That one misses short from Ferguson, and underneath, Caleb Wild collected the offensive rebound, then he traveled. So here comes Kuhn and the Ledgers. A break here on the bench for Ben Baker as he tries to find it. Scores 18 points per game. He's got just 4 here tonight. Here's Matt Miller. Jack Judkins between the circles. Over here to Calvin Steffes. Nice spin move, and he's blocked from behind, but Spencer Lair was out of bounds. It was a gorgeous spin move that time from Calvin Steffes to get past Spencer Lair, but Lair didn't give up, blocked it from behind. Pass lobbed in from Kuhn to Miller. Now they're going to screen a couple of times here for Joey Kuhn. Kuhn gets it to the free throw line, kicks it near side, Brenton Rodriguez. Top of the key once again with Steffes down the lane. Nice floater. That one missed. Hit every part of the rim except for going down. Here's Ferguson again. Kicks it back out. Hudson Henry drives the paint. Nice dish down underneath to Caleb Wild. And Wild's up to 6 second-half points. He's got 8 on the night. The lead for WLA is 20. Here on the road. Wow. Brenton Rodriguez down the paint, up with the floater. That's no good. Caleb Wild with another rebound. And Henry going to slow things down just a smidge here on this possession. Gets it to Ferguson. Lair drives baseline. Wraparound pass to Ferris. Extra pass out to Hudson Henry. Top of the key. Made it again. Hudson Henry's got 5 threes tonight. He's got a game-high 17 points. Here's a spin from Kuhn. Missed it. Fouled by Caleb Wild. Another great take from Joey Kuhn. And I'll tell you what, on a night that has been devoid of offense for Springs, Joey Kuhn's aggressiveness has been well noted here tonight. This is his 5th trip to the free throw line, and he leads the Ledgers now with 10 points. Isaac Lamont, Cooper Schwalbe back in for the Vikings. And Ben Baker's at the the table to check in for Kuhn should he make this. Free throw from Joey Kuhn, no good. And so Baker will have to wait just a minute on the bench. Here's Rodriguez, near side with Steffes. Joey Kuhn driving on Ferris, gets to the middle of the paint. And an offensive foul that time on Joey Kuhn. And Kuhn is laughing as he goes to the bench. He couldn't believe that was whistled as a foul. And Cooper Schwalbe is going to take a seat as Parker Mullenbach is on for the Vikings. That was about a 15-second stint there for Cooper Schwalbe. Here's Hudson Henry. Kicks it near side with Ferguson. Sam Ferguson drives, scoops up, no good. And the rebound, a couple of Ledgers kicked it off of each other. So it'll stay with the Vikings here. Henry looks in, Ferguson. Sam Ferguson spins up, and nice fadeaway jumper is good. Ferguson's up to 6 points, and the lead is 24 for WLA. Baker looks to the near side with Zane Wilson. Back up to Steffes. Wilson once again on the right wing. Wilson kicks it to the left wing. There's Ben Baker. Baker with the shot fake, working on Hudson Henry. Calvin Steffes over to Brenton Rodriguez. He's guarded by Ty Ferris. Between the circles, Zane Wilson. Back over to Rodriguez again. Springs just not much. It just looks a little stale on offense for Springs. Here goes Wilson. Gets into the paint. Nice bounce pass and a good cut from Matt Miller. And Miller's now up to 4 points. But that was a long possession for the Ledgers. Paid off with a bucket. Here's Isaac Lamont. Free in the corner. 3 on the way. Missed it short. Parker Mullenbach saves it off of the leg of Brenton Rodriguez, and it stays with the Vikings. Those 50-50 balls right now are going the way of the Vikings, and they have all night. Part of the reason they're up by 22 without their star player, Gannon Schwartz. Ty Ferris trying to key it in, looks for Lamont, now asked to give it to Cooper Schwalbe. Schwalbe in the corner, dribbles his way out of trouble, gets it to Ty Ferris. Quick release from Ferris, no good. Offensive rebound, Mullenbach again. Battled around for Lamont on the floor, Wilson on the floor, tied up there. Arrow points in the way of the Ledgers. Whether you're playing in a rec league or in the majors, sitting out due to injury is no fun. If pain has moved you to the sidelines, Aurora Sports Health can get you back in the lineup. Start with a free injury evaluation from Aurora Sports Health. Request one at aurora.org/sports. Here's Matt Miller. Zane Wilson near side. Steffes cuts through. Instead, it's Joey Kuhn, top of the key. Back over to Zane Wilson. Wilson's just kind of steadied things a little bit. It maybe isn't moving quite as fast, but Springs has not turned the ball over in a couple of possessions since Zane Wilson's been on the floor, so that's obviously a positive for them. And as I say that, they almost throw it away. Saved by Matt Miller. And Miller with a dangerous pass underneath to Wilson, but the Ledgers retain it. Here's Ben Baker. Drives baseline, he's bumped, and a foul there on Ty Ferris as he cleared out Ben Baker. Fourth team foul on WLA. At this point in the first half, WLA had 8 team fouls, and so they've done a much better job here in the second half. That's just number 4 on the Vikings. Baker tosses it in to Calvin Steffes, and he collects in the backcourt. Steffes crosses over against Cooper Schwalbe, kicks it back out, Zane Wilson. Wilson pivots a couple of times. Now Ben Baker's got it. Back over to Joey Kuhn. Kuhn, another great drive by Kuhn. And another finish at the rim for Kuhn. Joey Kuhn has been so impressive tonight. He's got 12 points, leads the way for Springs. And when the offense hasn't looked like it usually does for the Ledgers, let's just say that, he's found a way to get it underneath and find a way to bully his way into some points. Here's a turnover from Mullenbach. Up ahead from Ben Baker to Joey Kuhn. And Kuhn does a nice job to keep possession. Here goes Kuhn again, straight to the hoop. Yes, sir. Joey Kuhn up to 14 points. Kuhn now with 8 points in the second half after a 6-point first half. 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in the ball game, and Springs needs a lot of stops here defensively. There's another live ball turnover from Lamont. Here is Ben Baker. Hands off to Kuhn once again. I'd keep it with the hot hands of Joey Kuhn if I were the Ledgers. Kuhn's going to try a right wing three. This looks dead on, misses long, and an offensive rebound collected by Ben Baker. Baker going to try a drive on the left side. Goes up, missed it strong. He thought he was going to get hit, and he didn't. No contact. And here's another turnover, almost a turnover from Lamont, as that one is batted out of bounds by Joey Kuhn. This final portion of the game brought to you by Fogel Family Dentistry. Dr. Dylan Fogel is the new owner of Doyle Kelly Dental on Fond du Lac Avenue in Fond du Lac. See him over there at Fogel Family Dentistry, Here is Evan Gensler, who's back into the game for the first time in the second half, and he's got his first bucket, and he's now up to 4 points on the night. Baker thought about the three, tries to go past Ferris, has it tipped away by Ferris. Here's an open three for Joey Kuhn. That one misses. Rebound fought for and taken in by Cooper Schwalbe. And the Vikings back with the basketball and a 20-point lead. 7.5 minutes to go. Nice bounce pass from Schwalbe underneath to Gensler, and Gensler couldn't finish through the contact. Here goes Kuhn again, and Kuhn finishes. Kuhn up to 16 points. Good no whistle there. Let the guys play through it underneath. Basketball is a physical sport. Love that. Here's Hudson Henry into the front court. Gives it off to Schwalbe. Schwalbe down the lane. Missed it short. Offensive rebound. Gensler tied up underneath there. And it'll stay with WLA. High School Sports Today on RadioPlusInfo.com, presented by these 5 Fond du Lac area Edward Jones financial advisors: Matt Moses, Matt Helmer, Jeff Wills, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones, they're making sense of investing. 54-36 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. WLA 7 minutes away from moving to 3-1 in the Flyway Conference and dropping their bitter rivals, crosstown rivals, to 2-3 in conference play, as Gensler picks up a foul there. That's the 5th team foul on the clear out, trying to gain position. I think Coach DeNoyer there just telling Gensler, you got the size advantage, no need to push, just stand there and box him out. Here is Spencer Lair in a passing lane, picks off the pass intended for Zane Wilson. And a carry from Spencer Lair So a turnover back the other way. Lair was inquisitive as to what the call was, but I think it almost got caught on the hip of the jersey. WLA doesn't have those real baggy jerseys, although there is a little, fashion trends come and go. Used to be real baggy. Now things have kind of tightened up of recent years. Here's a tip away from Isaac Lamont. But you used to see that a lot where the ball would just get trapped on those baggy jerseys that they used to wear, and I think that's almost what happened there to Spencer Lair. 6.5 minutes to go. Here goes Joey Kuhn down the paint, gives it to Zane Wilson. Wilson now to the middle of the paint. He goes up, missed it. And those just have not gone tonight for the Ledgers. Credit the Vikings with their interior defense and the physicality that they've brought. Here's Isaac Lamont, far side, guarded by Will Jan. WLA doing all of this without Gannon Schwartz, and Isaac Lamont hasn't scored in the second half. Here's Gensler, nice move, and the left-handed hook shot from Evan Gensler restores the 20-point WLA lead. So the top two scorers for WLA, who combined for about 36 a night, one of them not available. Here's a travel from Babler, and their second leading scorer, Lamont, only has 6 points. So there goes 30 points walking out the door. And WLA has found it from the rest of their team. Hudson Henry, big night. Ty Ferris, big night. Caleb Wild, 8 points tonight as well. So they've certainly found it from guys who are usually role players. They've stepped up in the big time game, and that was one of our keys pregame was, would the lights be too bright? The emphatic answer is no, it's not. There's a foul there on Joey Kuhn. That's number 3 on him. Matt Miller returns, subbing out Bentley Coots. Here's the lob from Henry underneath to Gensler. Hook shot no good. Rebound Will Jan. Outlet pass to Kuhn. Gets it to Judkins. Back to Kuhn between the circles. There is Jack Judkins again. Uses a Kuhn screen. Near side with Babler. Here's Judkins. Babler. Corner 3 on the way, wide open, missed it short. Rebound down with Hudson Henry. Outlet pass up ahead to Isaac Lamont. Lamont going to go straight at Joey Kuhn, missed it. Rebound, fought for, and not quite controlled that time from Spencer Lair. Lair once again a monster on the glass, but couldn't control that one as the momentum took him towards the end line. Kuhn near side with Babler. Have not seen Ben Baker in some time here. He's just got the 4 points here tonight, somewhat stunningly. Here's Jack Judkins. Judkins down to the low block, kicks it out to Babler. Good ball movement to Kuhn. Joey Kuhn, top of the key to Babler. Good ball movement snapping around here for the Ledgers. Judkins stops it in the corner, and he gets it back from Babler. Now going to use a Lucas Babler screen. Gets to the middle of the paint, tries to float away, missed it. And the rebound down with Cooper Schwalbe. Here comes Schwalbe up ahead to Lamont. Kicks it back out to Hudson Henry. And Henry gets it to Lair. Lair is fouled. And I'll tell you what, there's some maturity there from the sophomore Hudson Henry not to take a 3 in transition. He ran a little more clock, got a better shot. Thanks to Serauer Family Dental for being part of our high school sports coverage this season. Dr. Todd Serauer is proud to announce the addition of his son, Dr. Brady Serauer, to their new office on South Main Street. Come visit them and see how the Serauer family is making you smile generation after generation. Visit SerauerDental.com, that's SARAUER dental.com today. Lair missed the first. Have another go at it here. And that one no good as well, and an inadvertent whistle horn there. And they really should have stopped that and re-entered the ball, but they're just going to let him play through it. Here goes Joey Kuhn. He's got it at the hoop. He gets bumped at the rim. Excuse me, kind of screwed that up there. Sam Ferguson bumped Kuhn. Didn't need to. It was after Kuhn even shot the ball. And Kuhn back to the free throw line. He's now got 12 in the second half. He's all the way up to 18 points tonight. Kuhn good for the 3-point play. he now has he's the leading scorer amongst anyone here this evening. WLA's team high is Hudson Henry with 17. Here goes Henry, and there's a rare turnover for the sophomore as he lobs it over the head of Ty Ferris. .401 to go, 17-point lead for the Vikings. Springs, last couple of minutes, has chipped away at it. They just built a massive hole for themselves here in this second half, excuse me. There goes Kuhn again. He's had himself a night, up to 21 points. And the Ledger's back within 15. Going to see a couple of subs come in for the Vikings as well. A lot of contact underneath. No whistle for Hudson Henry that time. Henry picks the pocket of Will Jan, and Henry back the other way. Goes up, and he's fouled by Jan. So Henry will head to the charity stripe. Cooper Schwalbe, Owen Elke, and Xylis Conger all checking in for the Vikings. Also Michael Keeble, by the way, first action here in the varsity game for him for the Ledgers. Front end missed by Hudson Henry. And Coach DeNoyer with 3:26 is getting everyone involved here. And there is point number 18 for Hudson Henry here tonight. He's going to check out for probably the last time, unless Springs makes a couple of shots here, you would assume. That's probably the night for the starters for WLA. What a performance by them here this evening. Near side, here's Babler. Couple of cut through. Here's Jan. Jan, dribble drive against Cooper Schwalbe. Nice job by Schwalbe on the dribble drive defense. Babler catches out near the halfway stripe. Crosses over against Elke. Kicks it to the corner to Keeble, who gets it to Brenton Rodriguez. Skip pass. That time to Steffes, and Calvin Steffes traveled. 2:51 to go here this evening on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Coming up after the game, don't go anywhere. We'll have our Fox Valley Savings Bank post-game show. Talk with Coach DeNoyer and a couple of Vikings. Probably Hudson Henry, probably, maybe Ty Ferris, Caleb Wild. We'll see who we get to talk to after this one. Here's another foul underneath, sends Parker Mullenbach to the free throw line for the Vikings. They're going to get Jan again, and that's number 2 on him in short succession. Also the 8th team foul on the Ledgers. Mullenbach misses the first. The free throws, well, if you're looking for something to nitpick for the Vikings, have been not poor, but atrocious tonight. 3, 5, 7, 9, 10. I have them 3 for 14 right now. Make it 3 for 15. So that's not something that Coach DeNoyer will like to see. But that's about the only thing. You just felt like if they could clean up the fouls, here's another deflection by Steffes, and it'll stay with WLA. You felt like in that first half, if they could clean up the fouls, they would be right where they wanted to be, talking about WLA, and I think that's exactly the case here tonight. Coach DeNoyer's got to be thrilled with what they've gotten. Here goes Ty Ferris, drives baseline, snaps the pass out, and it's turned over. Keeble got his hands on it. Brenton Rodriguez completed the steal. Here's Zane Wilson. Wilson caught in the corner, gets it back out to Rodriguez. He drives the paint, missed it. Rebound tipped around by Parker Mullenbach, and now he's got it. Dribbled it off his own foot. Tried a slick between the legs dribble, and, well, that's what it would look like if I tried a between the legs dribble. I like to think of myself as a Harlem Globetrotter, but, then reality sets in. That one missed, and the rebound taken in by Ty Ferris. Ferris trots into the front court, looks to the far side, gets it to Xylis Conger. Conger caught there and finds Owen Elke. Elke to the far side. Elke caught the probably the pass of the season for WLA against Springs. They had that epic comeback. You saw it here on Radio Plus, and And Owen Elke is the man who caught that in the end zone for the 2-point conversion when WLA decided to go for the win or the loss, and, well, they got the win. That was a Lens Truck play of the week back in the football season. 16-point lead for WLA as we close in on the final 90 seconds of this one. Here is Rodriguez going to try a straightaway three. This one banks home. Brenton Rodriguez gets in on the scoring act. He's one of just 6 Ledgers to score tonight, and that's one of the big reasons as Owen Elke gets in his name on the score sheet with a corner 3. That's a big difference between these two teams. Elke is the 9th different Viking to score compared to just 6 Ledgers. Here's Keeble, make it 7. Keeble scores, and a substitution timeout for Springs as Sergio Rodriguez comes into the game. He'll replace Lucas Babler. So 56 seconds left. And Sergio Rodriguez gets his opportunity out there right now. 60-46, a pretty comprehensive win for WLA. Nearly wire to wire. Springs did have the 1 lead tonight. They led it 2-0. And a foul that time on Rodriguez. As Parker Mullenbach will go back to the free throw line where he is 0 for 2 on the night. Mullenbach, one of just 3 Vikings not to have scored. Well, never mind. He was one of 3. Now just 2 Vikings that have played tonight that have not scored. Just again, you knew it was going to take a team effort for the Vikings, and that's exactly what Coach DeNoyer got. Second free throw, no good for Mullenbach. Here is Steffes into the front court, gets it to Keeble, hands off to Sergio Rodriguez. Rodriguez out to Steffes, back to Zane Wilson. Wilson between the legs dribble, and that one goes off his thigh, and WLA will likely dribble out the final 21 seconds here, and then we'll have the post-game show for you coming up right after that. Ferris just has to get into the front court for the Vikings. He will do just that, and that's going to do it. WLA picks up a big-time road conference win here tonight. 61-46 will be your final as WLA moves to 3-1 in the Flyway as they start the post-Christmas conference season off with a bang here tonight on the Ledge. Let's take a timeout, and we'll come back with our post-game show, along with some interviews right after this on Radio Plus. Stay with us.
Your dream space starts with quartz countertops from Quest Interiors. Whether it's your kitchen, bathroom, mudroom, or even a closet island, we custom fabricate one-of-a-kind surfaces that elevate every room. And the best part? We install many in as little as 1 week, quickly turning your vision into reality. Visit our showrooms in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
Life is full of milestones, big and small. At Fond du Lac Credit Union, we're proud to be a part of your journey. From landing your first job to moving into your dream home, starting a family, or planning for what's next, we make the money part easy so you can focus on what matters most. Whatever stage you're in, we're right there with you. Fond du Lac Credit Union, here for life and every stage along the way. For more information, visit fdlcu.com or stop in today.
For nearly 50 years, Pinot Buildings has created the highest quality post-frame buildings. Headquartered in Rosendale, Wisconsin, we proudly serve the Badger State and Illinois. We deliver unparalleled craftsmanship and quality with all the warmth and care you'd expect from a small-town family business. Whether you're planning a large commercial or agricultural project, a barn dominium, or a smaller personal shop or structure, Pinot buildings are built for you and designed to last. Connect with us to get started.
Kirky Funeral Chapel and Crematory in Fond du Lac, a proud sponsor of local high school sports. Don and the team at Kirky Funeral Chapel and Crematory invite you to discover who has made Kirky Funeral Chapel and Crematory the ultimate provider of creating healing experiences in the community. To find out more about Kirky Funeral Chapel and Crematories, visit kirkyfuneralchapel.com.
Don Kirky and staff, Kirky Funeral Chapel.
Good luck to all area athletes from the entire staff at Kirky Funeral Chapel.
Thanks to our Radio Plus video.
Thank you for your continued support over the past 50 years. At Verhaeg's Furniture, we're honored to be voted by you to be one of the best mattress stores in the Fond du Lac area for 2024.
Our mission is to bring the finest in style, comfort, and quality to the Waupun area.
We've teamed up with amazing brands like Ashley, Lazy Boy, Bestcraft, Marshfield, Best Home Furnishings, Mega Motion to offer you the best selection around.
Free delivery to Waupun and the surrounding area. See store for details.
Make your home a place you truly love with Verhaeg's Furniture Mart.
Keller, building trust since 1960.
Okay, let's start with some clouds, some mountains over there, and finally a river. Hey, Dad, look.
Looks like the perfect spot.
American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with the Travel Peace of Mind package.
American Family Insurance.
Visit Brad Tagle Petra today in Fond du Lac or Ripon.
Here at the Wellness Way Fond du Lac, we disrupt the standard approach to healthcare. We understand that common is not normal, and unlike the restrictive healthcare mentality, we dig deeper to find answers to life-restricting health challenges. While focusing on overcoming interference in the body, we go beyond symptom-based care and address your unique physiology, allowing your mind and body to find its way to better health. You don't need to merely get through every day, but rather take control of your life and, more importantly, your health. The Wellness Way Fond du Lac. Do health differently.
It's more than just a job. It truly is a family. They value you, great pay, great benefits. They definitely care about setting people up for success in their retirement years. I don't see a reason to want to leave.
Camera Casino, do you copy?
Yep, loud and clear.
I'm reporting a successful mission from our new location. This new technology is out of this world. Canon, Nikon, Sony, the best images yet. Look at all these new tripods and bags. The best selection south of the sun.
Great. When can we expect the shipment?
In about a week, as long as I don't get stranded.
For stellar products and service, visit Camera Casino at our downtown Oshkosh location.
At Musa Sheet Metal, they spend generations building a better everyday life. They don't just build panels, they build a legacy. They're growing, innovating, and pushing the limits again with their brand new 24-gauge stocked steel line. Musa colors created by the Musa team, 25 bold choices ready to go, delivering the best solutions in architectural sheet metal. Say hi to the Musa apprentices. They're your neighbors, your classmates, and the future of the industry. Musa Sheet Metal, revolutionizing steel, building the future.
Hi, I'm Aaron Sadoff. Blessed be the president of Marian University right here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. If you are beginning your college adventure or looking to transfer, Marian University could be the perfect fit for you. Our beautiful campus, our amazing faculty and staff, our Division III athletics, and our amazing mission are waiting for you. Come visit Marian University. Not only will you get a great education, but we will help you become the best for the world. Good luck and go Sabres.
Back here at Hutter Gymnasium, WLA with a big conference win here tonight. They moved to 3-1 in the Flyway Conference. This is the Fox Valley Savings Bank postgame show. Looking for a loan with no hassle? They can help. Local bank, local lenders, your community, your local community bank, Fox Valley Savings Bank. Here with a couple of stars of the game, Hudson Henry and Ty Ferris. Ty, man, you guys dealt with some foul trouble there in that first half. A lot of minutes for you. Hit 3 big threes in that first half. I guess just what's the mindset coming off the bench when Hudson or whoever it is, Spencer, gets into foul trouble? What's your mindset coming into the ballgame?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm just a role player. I'm more of a defensive guy, but tonight the 3 was falling, so I just kept shooting it.
What was the key tonight? You guys able to hold Ben Baker to 4 points? Obviously, it takes more than just one guy, but what was the key there?
Yeah, he's a great player. I mean, we were a little bit of trouble staying on our feet in the first half, but second half, he was kind of tired, so we just kept rotating guys, and he got tired as well.
You know, I think a lot of people would have said, man, Gannon Schwartz goes out. You guys, 3-game winning streak after that. What's it taken from you guys to just kind of step up there?
Yeah, play as a team, share the ball, which we do a great job of. Hudson's a great point guard. He gets the job done every night, so lean on that. 9
points for Ty. Appreciate a couple of minutes. We'll let you hand it off here to Hudson. Hudson, threes were raining in tonight for you. I guess hoops got to look pretty big after you make a couple of them early, right?
Yeah.
Just what in a big-time game like this, rivalry game, I know you've got some varsity experience, but stepping into a starting point guard role, what was your mindset going into tonight?
I just knew all the hours I put in and that I should just play my game and how I practiced.
You know, obviously, guys like this coming off the bench, you guys everyone played tonight. You guys had, whatever it was, 8-9 different scorers tonight. What does that say about this team in terms of its depth?
We're definitely a good team and can play a lot of guys. We got a lot of defenders on our team who can hustle a lot, so that's good.
How big was tonight in terms of keeping you guys in this thing? I mean, 3-1, still a game behind the leaders in the Flyway. What was tonight about?
It was really big, and we showed a lot of effort, so that was great.
Awesome. Appreciate a couple of minutes from both of you guys. We'll let you guys go celebrate with the classmates and the fans. Let Coach DeNoyer come in here. Coach, you made shots tonight. I know that's always a key for you guys, but aside from making shots, I thought Sam pounding it down inside, you guys were able to get those paint touches that really allow those shots to fall, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, anytime we got guards who are trying to get paint touches, it opens it up from the inside out. Our bigs did a decent job of finishing, but our guards did a great job of finding them when they needed to. So it was a great team effort. Bigs 1 through 5 on the floor and 1 through 12 on the bench.
You singled out Hudson in the pregame, and you said, look, this moment isn't too big for him. We saw it tonight, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, like he said, he puts hours in the gym, so no spot is too big for him. You probably saw that firsthand last year when we called him up from the JV, said, hey, dude, we got somebody who's sick, and he came in and played for Mayville right off the bat, not knowing he was going to do that that morning. So, I mean, he's as steady as can be, and he was great, and I'm proud of that kid.
We talked about Ty, we talked about Hudson. How about Caleb Wild here tonight? I mean, he's fun. That play down underneath the end one shows some just unreal athleticism for him. What'd you like about his game tonight?
Yeah, I just like how relentless he is. He has a motor that just doesn't quit. He's the strongest, most athletic kid in the gym most games, and I'm glad he could show that tonight. I wish that sometimes he would stop going for all these blocks, but he was a great player for us tonight.
I'll ask you the same one I just asked Hudson. Stay a game back in the conference. We talked earlier about this being a regional game as well, games that could help you with seeding, games that just confidence. Mm-hmm. How big was tonight?
It's always big when you can go on the road in conference, and not just on the road in conference, but against a rival, and take care of business. It means we're all the world, but you know what? I told the guys, even though we won tonight, you guys can't be content because we still got a tough matchup coming up next on Thursday, on Tuesday, on Saturday. This conference is a gauntlet. So, I mean, if we keep getting better, I like where we're at.
No nights off in this league, Coach, right?
No, there isn't.
Appreciate a couple of minutes. Let's take a timeout. Fox Valley Savings Bank postgame show will continue. We'll be back up in the Radio Plus broadcast booth right after this. Stay with us.
One of my favorite things about working at Hoppers is meeting all the new people, seeing all the new faces come in. We come out with a new product or a new way to do something, and they come in I find a lot of joy in just seeing them smile.
I think that all of our customers come in with a vision and they have an idea in their head of like what they want their apparel to look like. Our goal is to exceed the customer's expectations by providing them with high quality apparel and help bring their ideas to life.
A personal experience with a custom feel. Each home Smith Builders builds is unique. Their design and selections perfectly crafted for you. To learn more, visit smithbuildersinc.com or stop by 227 Morris Court. Smith Builders of Fond du Lac. Traditional values, exceptional services. A proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Fond du Lac Equipment Rental and Repair is ready for your next project, so be sure to talk to Dave and his experienced staff. You know, from air compressors to chainsaws, excavators, lifts, tools, saws, and so much more. Now, do you have your snowblower tuned up and ready for the upcoming winter season? Fond du Lac Equipment Rental and Repair can do it. Check out their expanded rental lineup, too. Mention the words Radio Rental to get a 10% discount on your next rental. You can find them on Ford Drive on the west side of Fond du Lac.
Fond du Lac Equipment Rental and Repair is a proud Echo and Cub Cadet dealer.
Every customer can be a Signature Home customer. I think that's what Signature Homes does really well, is that we can touch not only the customer who's building for the first time, but also the customers that know what they want and want to pull pieces of other property that they've lived in and loved. And you can really trust that we know what we're doing and that we have 30 years of experience in the market doing it with quality craftsmanship and a lot of style and design. And at the end, we get a chance to walk them through and see their smiling faces, and we know that we've achieved our goal.
People have a reluctance to go see the dentist. It's an easy thing to put off or avoid altogether. But one visit to the caring professionals at Fondy Family Dental will change the way you think about the dentist. They provide quality family dental services to all ages in a happy, honest, and efficient manner that teaches and involves you on your custom plan. If you don't have insurance, ask about their new membership plan that can save you money. Call or schedule online today at fondyfamilydental.com.
Love your home from the inside and out with new windows from Infinity from Marvin. Ultrex fiberglass is 8 times stronger than vinyl and virtually maintenance-free. Find out why more people are choosing fiberglass.
At Silica, we've built a reputation for selling the best appliances and servicing everything we sell. Standing by our customers is what makes us grow, and with 3 locations, our service area covers a huge part of the state. That's why when you see our thousands of online reviews, these are the words you most commonly see. Great service after the sale. That keeps us moving ahead for over 100 years. You won't get that with the big box stores. See for yourself why your neighbors say it's Silica for your home.
All right, back here at Hutter Gymnasium one more time. Jordan King with you here in the Radio Plus broadcast booth. Amos on the camera and Carrie punching the buttons for us tonight. Appreciate that. Marian University presents our Player of the Game. Log on to marianuniversity.edu to get started today. And Hudson Henry stepping in for Gannon Schwartz, who did not play tonight, still battling a lower leg injury. They hope to have him back in a couple of weeks. And Hudson Henry steps up with 18 points. He hit 5 threes on the night, and just a big-time performance for the sophomore to introduce himself to those that don't already know him. Again, Coach DeNoyer kind of said it there. He got called up about midway through the last season, but what a performance here tonight to lead the way with 18 points. BCI Burke with our play of the game. Log on to burkecareers.com. That's BURKE careers.com for play that moves you. Now, there were all sorts of 3 balls. Ty Ferris hit some big ones there in that first half. Hudson Henry, we already talked about that. I'm calling out Caleb Wild's great athletic play where he came flying through the lane, one-handed put back, and the foul. Didn't complete the 3-point play, but we won't be picky on that for Caleb Wild. That's our BCI Burke play of the game. Give you some final statistics here tonight. 18 for Hudson Henry, 9 for Ty Ferris, 8 for Caleb Wild, 6 for Isaac Lamont and Sam Ferguson, as well as Evan Gensler for WLA, 4 for Spencer Lair, 3 for Owen Elke, and 1 for Parker Mullenbach. For Springs, 21 points, a game high for Joey Kuhn in the loss, 8 points for Jack Judkins, 4 apiece for Bentley Coots, Ben Baker, and Matt Miller. 3 for Brenton Rodriguez, and 2 for Michael Keeble. Those the scorers tonight in this Flyway Conference contest. WLA moves to 3-1 in conference play. Springs drops to 2-3 in the Flyway. AirTech presents our next game broadcast. No matter which type of heating system you have in your home, the knowledgeable technicians at AirTech Heating can perform a timely repair if things go wrong. You can go to radioplusinfo.com for the complete schedule, or my favorite, subscribe on YouTube, and just tell you when Radio Plus is live, which is pretty much every day of the week, just about. Coming up tomorrow, Sheboygan at Waupun Hockey, Bay Area at Springs Hockey, this is Thursday. Thursday the 8th. Those 2 hockey games. Oostburg at Lamira boys basketball. That is a ranked matchup. That is probably the best matchup across the state coming up on Thursday between Oostburg and Lamira. Columbus at Waupun, and then we have another loaded schedule coming up on Friday and Saturday as well. So you can check out our YouTube channel or radioplusinfo.com for all of those contests that will be aired there. All right, this is going to do it for us from the Radio Plus broadcast booth at St. Mary's Springs. 61-46 the final. I want to thank Athletic Director Reddig, as well as both coaches, for the time here tonight. Thanks to all our sponsors up and down the line. Thanks to the crew here for doing a great job. And thank you for tuning in to tonight's Flyway Conference battle. WLA wins it 61-46. Jordan King saying so long from Hutter Gymnasium.
Thanks to our Radio Plus video sports sponsors.
Edward Jones, Integrity Saw and Tool, Bauer Chiropractic, Bondi Family Dental,
Sargento Cheese, Lens Truck Center, Right Way Home Improvement, Taco Bell,
Addison Jones Real Estate, Holiday Automotive, Quest Interiors, Wisconsin Lighting Lab,
BCI Burke, Marion University, Fox Valley Savings Bank, Musa Sheet Metal,
Coal Oil and Propane, Dufresne Moving and Storage, Marco Tax Service, Winnebago Lutheran Academy,
Bob's Pizza, AirTech, Silica for your home, The Wellness Way,
Fond du Lac Credit Union, Roush Insurance, Scotty's Auto Works, St. Mary Springs Academy,
Bristol Morgan Bank, New Medical Center, Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, Hopper's Silk Screen and Embroidery,
Smith Builders, National Exchange Bank and Trust, Brad Tagliapietra, American Family Insurance Agent, Everson Law Office,
Michaels Corporation, Aurora Healthcare, Vogel Family Dentistry, Anders Auto Parts, Schaefer Auto, Keller Buildings,
Sir Rower Family Dental,